So Bill Maher had Patton Oswalt on Club Random.
Oh, boy.
And they got talking, and this was the difference. You know, you kind of see the difference between a center-left guy and a liberal
And a way
guy.
left guy.
Now, say what you want about Bill Maher. You don't have to like him. You can think he's garbage. But Bill Maher kind of consumes everything. Like, Bill Maher reads a little bit of everything. He looks into he watches a little bit of everything. Patton Oswalt, who I like, and I'm sure I'll catch shit for that, he's definitely in what Bill Maher calls the bubble. And it's really sad to watch people in the bubble. Like, there are people who hate me who live in a bubble, and like they venture out of it. Everyone thinks they're psychotic and they're weird. But when they're in the bubble, it's comfortable. So I understand why people like Patton Oswalt stay in a bubble. Once you come out of the bubble, the world is hostile. You got people picking on you, everything else. People point out your faults and your L's. So you stay in the bubble. I don't fear life outside the bubble. I think it's a more honest place to live. But the bubble can become very comfortable. So Bill decides to start confronting Patton Oswalt on this stuff. The problem is Patton doesn't even know half the shit Bill's talking about.
Yeah, because he's in the bubble. It doesn't exist in there.
It doesn't.
His narrative does.
It doesn't get in the bubble. So the first clip we have, Patton Oswalt doesn't know about the British immigrant grooming gangs. It's not that he's denying it. It's not that he hates the white British people. It's not that he's libtard or anything. He literally does not know that the shit is existing. And I'll tell you what frustrates me about this. You can't have people advocate for a particular thing when they don't know everything about that particular thing. So people like Patton Oswalt, when they go, immigration is wonderful, diversity is our strength, but they don't know a lot of these people coming from the Middle East are forming these grooming gangs. Like, when you're missing out on a thing that might change your opinion, I don't
Shouldn't be publicly speaking or advocating for it.
Right. So this is Bill Maher trying to educate Patton on the bubble. I'm telling you, at least as I watch it, Patton seems skeptical.
Going on in England right now is a lot of that. I mean, like,
what's going on in England?
Again, not
First of all, I would answer what's not going on in England, but okay.
in the bubble.
Okay, well,
Doesn't get in the bubble.
don't wait a minute. Just
It
tell
really
me.
doesn't. It's a big. I don't even want to start with it, but
okay.
It's like just a lot of violence, protests, immigration, cities that Andrew Sullivan, for example, says are places that my grandfather would not even recognize anymore as British. Like,
and that's a big thing because it's not like the United States where we're a very new country. We're like almost 250 years old. Britain's been around for over 1,000 years now at this point. We're talking.
It's also a much smaller space. Like, we are a larger country.
We're talking Battle of Hastings was 1066. That's what a lot of people consider modern England being formed. 1066. So we're talking about a nearly 1,000-year-old culture. That changing in a generation, people are allowed to be pissed off about that. But people like Patton Oswalt, again, and here's the other problem with Bill Maher being the spokesman for this. It's easy for a liberal like Patton Oswalt to go, oh, old man Maher's reading his Facebook feed again, and he's getting a lot of boomer stuff sent to him. But this stuff is happening in the UK, and it is a problem, and nobody seems to be doing anything about it because they feel like if they do something about it, it's somehow racist.
immigration is great.
Yeah.
Anything can be too much, and it has become Islamicized. To put it briefly,
anything can be too much, but a lot of times the way that things are framed and represented is also amplified so that they can make their point.
But
that's a fair point. Like, you can take the grooming gangs thing and you can go, oh, this is everywhere. Oh, this is all the time. Oh, this is constantly. And it's not. But I would say that
it does happen is the issue. Yeah.
I would say that it happening even a couple of times is way too many.
Once is too much.
I would argue.
Do you know about the what do they call it when they get kids to grooming?
The Bill Maher dating philosophy. The older he gets, it seems like the girls get younger, and it's got to make people uncomfortable at parties,
Grooming scandal?
No.
See, that's a big story.
This is in the UK.
Yes, that went on from like the 80s to the present, and it wasn't
You're talking about the royal family.
No, I'm not.
That's a good line, though. Come on. I like a good royal
Talking about
family
the royal
shitting.
family.
Yeah, I like a good shitting on the royal family. And that's not a grooming scandal. That's an incest scandal. It's totally different.
I'm talking about Pakistani men who are immigrants, who are grooming poor, impoverished white girls mostly in these things and making them into prostitutes and sex slaves and like really nasty shit that would pass for more normal in a traditional Pakistani society where women are not considered equal citizens. And if you don't understand that, and that gender apartheid is the number one issue that you woke.
I, by the way, despise the way Bill Maher says apartheid because it sounds like he's trying to be the smart guy in the room by pronouncing the TH in apartheid. It's like people who say Illinois
Yeah, it's apartheid. Just don't.
or Des
Just let it
Moines.
go.
It's apartheid, cunt. We don't need to sit here and go, apartheid. There's an apartheid. You sound gay. You don't sound smart.
People should be concerned with, but seem not to be. Then
By the way, is it just me, and I'll stop pausing after this, is the Bill Maher finger like the bitchiest thing he does?
It's becoming way more common as he gets older.
Okay. Like, just because you fuck a lot of black girls who do that doesn't mean you get to do it. That's still cultural appropriation, Bill.
right away, we're not really seeing the world as the same way. And I think I'm seeing it much more clearly.
Yeah, but
gender apartheid should be your number one issue. If you really care about oppression, like a lot, I'm talking about hundreds of millions of the world's women. And it's mostly because of the tenets of Islam.
I'll be really honest. It does make me uncomfortable because I try to be really honest about this. It makes me uncomfortable when people like Bill overhype how much they really do give a shit about women because they really don't like Islam. Like, I understand, like, it is a problem. It is bad. But he, like, over white knights because he really doesn't want people to think he's just being racist. But it's like,
Right.
part of it is that you hate Islam. Like, you don't hear Bill Maher speaking up about, like, black pimps in the inner city. Like, he doesn't really have a lot to say about that. He targets Islam because he dislikes them more, which, by the way, I'm totally fine with. I have no problem with that. I just wish you would go, hey, I'm white knighting so hard for these women because I really think this is a thing about Islam that's fucking disgusting, and I want to use it as the cudgel to beat them over the head with.
And it's also weird to be like, I care so much about women's rights. It's like, yeah, but do you see how you treat women? Like, they're kind of there until you don't need them anymore, then rinse, repeat, pick up a new one.
To be perfectly honest about it. And this is what's going on in England. And this is why England is having a big problem these days. Because in the interest of DEI, they are allowing practices that are so illiberal, which is the great irony. This is the least liberal thing you could be, is treating women as a second-class citizen and getting away with shit like this.
And, you know, to know that Patton Oswalt doesn't, it's one thing for Patton Oswalt not to know about it. It's another thing that you know he's not going to look it up.
He's not going to look it up, and he's not going to change his opinion.
Right. Like because it would betray his ethos.
Again, he's happy inside his bubble.
Yeah.
It's very cozy in there.
And look, I'm not saying that like
And look how well he's living in it.
Yeah, I'm not.
By the way, doesn't he look kind of old?
Well, he's old. I'm sorry, man. He's old.
Fuck.
You're getting
Loved
old.
Patton Oswalt when I was younger, and I see him sitting next to Bill Maher, and it looks like Father Christmas and then Father Time are having a discussion.
You're getting old. Patton Oswalt is old. Patton Oswalt's in his 50s, bro.
Not that much older.
I think Bill Maher is 70.
Yeah, but the worst part is Patton Oswalt look older than Bill Maher in that.
That's a good point. Weird Al Yankovic is 66. How's that make you feel?
Stop hurting me, man.
My daughter was freaking out the other day because Weird Al's going to be at the State Fair.
Yeah.
Going to be performing at the State Fairgrounds. So I think that might be my daughter's first trip to the State Fair. I think she wants to go back to see Weird Al, which I'm cool with. I thought it was a great show when we went before. But Eric Church is coming to town in February, so I'm going to have to sit down and have a talk with her. What do you want for Christmas? You want Weird Al at the State Fair? Or you want
Eric Church?
Eric Church at Grand Casino Arena. You gotta You got to make a choice.
You got to pick one.
That's what life's about. Drinking beers with $1 says Johnny doesn't need to be put down, but I know a guy. Well, I mean, that's nice. $5 from Main Vein says for the RFK Jr. Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate that. You guys ever want impressions? You come to your boy. Nobody does them better than me. Joe, I was thinking about that the other day. I walked by, I saw my chainmail, and I went, I'm not doing enough voices on the show. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been doing a shitload of Mark Levin and shit like that, but like, I'm not reaching into the old repertoire enough. Joey Caravello with $2 says, does Bill Maher ever mention that it says in the Torah that a rabbi can have sex with a 3-year-old? I don't think it ever comes up. Bill Maher's an atheist.
Yeah, his mom's Jewish and his dad's Christian, or the other way around. So he's like one of each.
Yeah,
he doesn't really have a religion.
Mom is Jewish. Dad was Catholic.
Okay,
that's old Bill's.
Talk about getting two sides of a bad coin. The Catholic one is strict. And then if you had the new Christian one, you're not Catholic, you're Christian. There's a difference.
I'm a Catholic.
You're a Catholic?
Yes.
Oh boy, are you in trouble.
And I think as far as Catholicism goes, I might be closer. I just honestly, I would be like Mel Gibson, fuck Vatican II Catholic, but I don't want to learn Latin.
Right.
The only thing stopping me from being Mel Gibson Catholic
is learning Latin.
I don't want to do Latin Mass. I wish they'd break on that, but they won't. I don't want to. It's like just talking about it makes me exhausted, but I know I'm being like a bad Catholic. I know like for my faith, I should just fucking learn how to speak the language.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to.
All right.
That's all. I simply.
Oh, that's the beauty of free will, my friend.
Thank you. That, my friend, they say is the glory of true independence, is to do what you do, what you do, what you do. Because what I've heard is your blue might be gray, your less might be more. Your window to the world might be your own front door. And your shiniest day might come in the middle of the night. That's just about right.
Oh,
you're welcome.
I see. This is where I don't know enough song lyrics. I'm assuming country song.
Winky Wonky Wonky Wonk, or whatever his name is, says your Rumble chat sounds so cool. Thank you for the $1, by the way. How come they are all poor and you haven't hit the goal? We can't be talking. We're not allowed to talk about the goal. We're doing a thing. 2 hours.
An experiment for the last couple days. It's going great.
2 hours and 600 poor bastards from Fucksville. Maybe they can pay you $1 and you can smack Johnny like he smacks his cat. Are you smacking that cat again? Because you know I'm for it.
Nope. Never smacked the cat. These are just horrible lies.
I like Winky Wonky Winkus or whatever his name is because he's one of those guys who takes himself way too seriously and then we get to make fun of him for it. I like that kind of guy. I'm just
glad he's here.
And by the way, guys, he is talking shit about how many of you now? 659 of you. He's talking shit. He's saying you're all poor. You all don't have any money. I'm not going to say what the goal is. Maybe there is no goal. Maybe the goal doesn't exist. No talking about goals right now. I can talk about 60 some odd memberships away from 500 and how awesome that is, but no goal talk. But he says all 657 of you are poor and that you can't hit whatever goal there might be. Plenty of time to prove him wrong, boys and girls. Did I mention we have a new $50 drop?
We do?
Bapa Shab saying, Aaron, those guys are the same 5 people. No, that one's the same one guy. I know that the Steel Toe Hate Squad is like 5 people who are vehemently hanging on to the hope that they can snatch the victory from the jaws of defeat. But in this case, one guy.
It's just one guy.
One guy.
I will commend this. One guy with a massive pair of balls to just drop the gauntlet in front of everybody else.
I will say that, yeah, to drop in front of our entire audience because he could be right. Maybe there are 660 poor bastards from Poorsville. And maybe they won't throw in money to this show. He could be right. But he has laid down the gauntlet and he has made it a challenge. So to you guys, you poor bastards from Poorsville, it's up to you.
Will.
Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, Aaron, look it up. Yes, Latin is the official language of the Catholic Church, though the church also uses local languages for services, not fucking Mel Gibson's Mass. He's pre-Vatican II. He does not fuck around with any of these exceptions or anything like that. Thank you for that $4.99, Red Fox Mad, who is now officially exempt from being, what is it? A brokey from Brokesville? No, what were they?
Pores from Poresville, I thought.
Pores from Poresville. Go ahead and check it out. By the way, I do want to say a heartfelt condolence to the Shuli network who got stricken on YouTube because they were mocking a trans person. If you guys want to figure out how to do that shit and not get banned for it, come talk to me. Your daddy can help you. And by the way, on Rumble, a lot more freedom, a lot more chance to make money. Shuli, you're a money kind of a guy. Get in the Rumble Creator Program. The fuck is wrong with you? Dr. Silverwolf with $5 says, only goal I care about is the goal the Wild are going to score tonight against the Hurricanes. Let's go Wild. Show the pathetic Vikings what a win is.
I love that you were on board with all of that until you got to the tail end and just, nope, now we're not okay.
It's a real fucking shitbag thing to do, Silverwolf. Real shitbag thing to do. And Red Fox Mad sending me a link to some old Catholic shit. Thank you very much, Red Fox Mad. I appreciate it. Look at the brokies from Brokesville. Getting after
Making
it.
it happen.
Getting after it $5 at a time. Thank you guys for Winky Wanky Weenus actually is on my payroll. I pay him to do that.
Once in a while.
Yeah, so that it riles people up. Red Fox Mad, by the way, now at 80. Thank you very much, pal. Give him and Silverwolf the $5. Oh, no, this is the membership drop. I'm sorry. It wasn't memberships. $1 from Rexstart Parody account says, you attack my bank account? If I was a poor, could I drop this nice, crisp $1 bill? That's true. That's true. Drinking beer says, I got you $1. Thank you.
Thank you.
My husband, is coping about our viewer count. This is something I'm seeing a lot now, that a lot of people aren't happy that the toe has just shifted its audience from YouTube to Rumble, and we've still got the same amount of viewers we've always had. Rumble live viewer count isn't actually a real-time count of humans watching. It's a traffic indicator, not an authenticated viewer metric. It's actually not true. We're in the Rumble Creator Program. We get paid based on those views. So
I'm pretty sure they'll be specific about it.
I'm sorry. I will say this. You guys have come up with creative copes rather than just surrendering. I do commend you. That is something. All right, let's continue with the Bill Maher stuff. We were having fun with the brokies from Brokesville thing. Joey Caravello with $2 says, Johnny, you raped my stepson, you bastard. Jesus.
Completely untrue.
Johnny, you should not be doing things like that. I mean, we've discussed this in the past.
I have not done things like that.
All right, this is Bill Maher trying to tell Patton Oswalt now that the left is not scientific. And again, to talk about the bubble, Patton Oswalt disagrees. Let's take a look.
Same thing with AOC. Remember when they found the damning video of AOC dancing and drinking with her friends on the roof at college? Or like, and this is a Congress person, and she looks so happy and beautiful and cool, and you're like, oh, they think this is ending her career because they never did this.
Yeah, but
can I say this? I do agree with Patton Oswalt on this one. She looks hot in that video. She looks like she's having fun. AOC looks like a girl you'd want to go drink with. In that Boston University video where she's dancing on the roof.
I wouldn't say it's any indication of whether she should or shouldn't be in office.
Right. I mean, a lot of these wealthy congressmen were like having hookers murdered by their parents when they were AOC's age. So like, I don't think AOC, dancing and, seeing her titties through her shirt. And by the way, she was dressed conservatively. It wasn't like a slutty thing. She looked like she was having a fucking blast. So yeah, that is kind of a square thing.
They were never that comfortable to do this.
yeah.
Patton's
And
right on that
if
one.
she had some deprogramming, she could be such a fantastic candidate.
What do you mean deprogramming?
See, this is the bubble. Patton Oswalt is shocked to hear that someone thinks that AOC might be a little too wacky.
Or a little aimed at this point and more of a message and less of a person.
I will say this. Here's where I would probably agree with someone like Patton Oswalt is I think when it comes to AOC, I think that she's not as far left as people say. I think a lot of people on the right see anyone as kind of left of center as like, oh my God, they're a crazy lefty. AOC is not as far left as like Mamdani. AOC's a liberal. Like, she's a liberal Democrat. She's not a crazy socialist or anything like that. I think our Overton windows get skewed because we go like it's the I'mRight.com effect. I think AOC's a liberal. I think she's more liberal than most of the country is. That's for sure. But like, that's every presidential candidate that's not Donald Trump. They all had to run to the center when they ran for president.
Right, because they had to get something off of that side too.
Right,
and
exactly.
And then in between, they drift out to the fringes to appeal to what a lot of times are their base.
Yeah, so let's see what Patton's got on the AOC thing.
Well, she just doesn't. She's never going to resonate with people outside of the bubble that she lives in the very, very far left.
Well,
And that, I mean, the New York Times, of all people, the people I've been like squabbling with for the last 7, 8, 10 years, whatever, when I was all about, Democrats have gone too far left, they just put out a huge editorial basically saying exactly what I've been saying.
what the
Is okay. I know people want me to just shit on Patton Oswalt and the libs getting owned. I'm catching a vibe. Bill's past his prime.
Bill's vindictive now.
It's not even. Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying like performance wise, Bill's past his prime. Like Bill's slower. Like, when an athlete, like it's not that he's bad now. It's just that physically he can't do the things he used to. Bill's whole thing was an acerbic wit, sharp as attack. And there's a lot more. This is probably the weed talking. There's probably he smoked too much weed in his life, but he's just not as sharp. He's not as quick as he
I think
used
it's
to
honestly
be.
he's doing this and his show. He can't do both.
That's a good point too. And he's 70, and he's a pothead.
old.
He's a 70-year-old pothead who does 2 shows. Yeah, I guess the edges are going to dull a little bit.
she's too far left?
Yes, and that the only way the Democrats will ever win again, not that the Republicans are probably going to give it back, is to be more moderate. But we don't have to argue about her. I mean, she has...
I hate it when people do that. I hate it when... by the way, Patton, got enough ice in that drink? I hate it when people make one of their points and then go, but we don't have to talk about that.
We don't have to talk about her. I just brought her up and I just kind of said something mildly critical. But
Yeah.
but I don't want to make it a thing. We can move on.
It's like it's kind of passive aggressive, little liberal of them.
If people think she's too far left, then that shows another way this country's broken right now.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily broken in that way, but it just shows how the country is not there. That is not where the country is, and if you don't...
Unfortunately,
And if you-
that's the one thing, and I hate to admit this. This country is not as mature as it thinks it is.
Oh,
Patton's got that elitist liberal thing where it's like if people aren't as liberal as he is, they haven't grown up.
They're
and
dumber. They're not as
Yeah.
mature. You're a giant child. I'm elevated. I'm superior. I'm enlightened.
Yeah.
You're one of the. Hey, just because you're not Jewish doesn't mean you're not dope.
And the thing is, maybe Patton might be right. Maybe if we had a big study about this, maybe he'd end up being right. But it doesn't endear you to the rest of the country, and it's probably part of the reason why you lose. There's a saying, you can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. Right now, he's being real vinegar right now.
We elected Obama, and clearly the country freaked out. And we're still living in that freak out. We are not as progressed and evolved and intelligent as we think we are because we keep freaking out.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's not wrong about the Obama thing. Trump was a response to Obama, and we're still living in that. But it's when you call people stupid or you say they're not enlightened or whatever. Like, you can make the point he just made and not come off as really dickish and unlikable, and people might come to your side. But
Well, I don't think Obama is the reason we have Trump this time around. I think what happened when we got Biden in and the way things got worse is the reason why people turned back to Trump.
I do feel like
This time
Biden
around.
was a little bit of Obama term 3.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
Obama totally had his fingers in the pie on that one. But I'm saying in general, the reaction to what happened during that presidency is what opened the window for Trump.
I'm
again.
gonna
If you
say
want to blame that on Obama, I guess I can see where you're coming from. But
I'm going to say politically and culturally, in the last 100 years, I would say if we had to pick our 5 most influential presidents, meaning guys who had the longest impact and are still we're feeling it today, I would say in no particular order, Obama, Bush, Lyndon Johnson, Ronald Reagan, And Woodrow Wilson was more than 100 years ago, so that doesn't count. Otherwise, I'd say Woodrow Wilson. And boy, I don't know. After that, Nixon maybe because of the Watergate and the CIA shit.
What's Lyndon Johnson's overarching?
The war on poverty, welfare programs,
okay,
things like that. Yeah, Vietnam, all of that.
Well, but wasn't that an extension of like the ABC programs that Roosevelt started? The war on poverty.
Oh God, Roosevelt's in the last 100 years. Yeah, I'll take Nixon out, put Roosevelt in. FDR, LBJ, Reagan, Bush, Obama, I think are the most
all the
influential.
3-letter abbreviated presidents got to go in.
About this stuff.
Well,
You know?
the left freak out too. The left freaked out about a lot of bullshit too.
What did they freak out about?
Gender, race, parenthood, schools, homelessness, crime, the border.
You know what I'm noticing? The left and the right freak out about the same shit. It's just on opposite ends. We have totally lost our ability to regulate our disagreements.
Right. The whole like common ground, mutual understanding, like the way bartering was usually done, a little bit of give and take. You don't get everything you want. You get a lot of what you want. They get a lot of what they want. Both sides walk away ahead. Yeah. That went by a long time ago.
Education. Like we stopped being a scientific people. Like it's not scientific.
But the left certainly stayed scientific.
No, they didn't.
Why not?
Because they think gender bullshit that they went way too far with. That's not scientific.
And that's the end of the clip. But I wish they would have went COVID. They basically made Fauci a god instead of figuring out what the scientific data would say. I think that's Patton Oswalt is, and again, I like Patton because my entertainers don't need to agree with me politically. But Patton is unfortunately a really good example of a bubble.
Yeah,
he is.
Especially now in his later years, he went out west, and that bubble's been getting stronger every day since then.
Yeah, I think so. Let's go to Shuli Madoff with $5. Says Bill's past his prime. You're getting past your prime. And Johnny's past his expiration date.
He's not wrong.
Drinking beers with $1 says this is one of the dollars that I forgot to throw at a stripper. Those are my favorites.
Thank you.
Those are my favorites. And my Selly, my husband, thank you for the $2, but all he's doing is continuously coping about our Rumble views.
Oh, no.
I don't mean, I'm not doing this to be mean. I'm not doing this show to break people's soul. It happens.
Come here.
It happens by accident. You came to me. I was
not
here.
Seeking you out.
I'm not trying to hurt you. I don't like that I'm causing pain. It doesn't make me feel good. Vag Scabs with 1776. I think this is the only way to give him a drop for 1776.
I have sworn on the altar of God, total resistance against every form of tyranny, against the mind of men.
Thank you very much, Vag Scabs, for the 1776. Says, been listening since 2014. Rumble is best. Need some Alex Jones impressions. Great show. I have done some Alex Jones this week, but he's right. It is sparing. I think I've been kind of fascinated by my Mark Levin lately.
Plus, Alex Jones is one of the ones that burns you out fast.
It does.
To quote Donald Trump, you'll blow your stack if you...
Citizen M is still a gay F word with $1. Says 2 decisions you should have made right away when leaving radio. 1, told April to stay at her day job. Correct. 2, start on Rumble right away. Corey was right about that. And 3, not give the entire human race a show. Oh, he's saying that I brought too many people with me.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Who's that fucking targeted to?
It seems...
It's fucking awkward in here now.
So it seems uncalled for. Wow.
Getting kind of
dick.
Kind of fucking weird, dude. I feel uncomfortable. Because I think he's talking about you.
Yeah, that seems the way it's being pointed, at least right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't... Or he could mean, like, the other people you talked to and brought in. Like, I wasn't the only one. There's cycles of people that came in, and the audience stuff, and I don't know.
It's a fair point. You're right.
You know what it is? It's open-ended. Take it as you need it.
You get to interpret it how you want. We get to see what your self-confidence is worth.
It's like a Rorschach.
All right. Well, I don't think we should turn Shaquille O'Neal into a lion.
I hope you die.
Just how retarded are you? So you're just crazy in a retard kind of way then, huh?
I didn't even get the joke until halfway through Ed Clampett's sound drop. Like I just and then I figured it out.
Obviously gay. I look at him and I'm like, well, you're gay.
Mommy says, by the way, Aaron, I love you, but that shirt, what the actual gay fucking shirt is that? Oh, gay fucking shit is that? This is a gay fucking shirt. All right, let's do, we got a little local stuff here, and then we can get to, I'm really excited to get to the Bill Maher, Patton Oswalt stuff today. Mm-hmm. That's coming up a little bit later down the road. I'm also going to, I think in many ways purposely, I'm going to try and rile up righties, and I'm going to try to, I'm going to attack libs of TikTok physically. No, I'm kidding. This like rage, I don't like it when these right-wing content creator grifter guys go out and like try to rile up lefties. And then when they rile up, like they'll go to these protests, they'll try to rile up left-wing people. They'll go into their protest and antagonize them. And then when they get maced or fucked with or whatever, they go, oh my God, free speech. I'm just a conservative trying to talk. And it's like, dude, faggot, you tried to get rich quick. You tried to get famous quick off of antagonizing people. You antagonized people and they fucked you up for being obnoxious. I got to tell you, we need more of that in our society. I'm not trying to side with these lefties, but the fucking amount of pussies I see who want to talk about this shit and do this shit, like watching conservative men do this thing where they're like, well, you should never resort to violence. Fuck that. If someone's being antagonistic and obnoxious, fuck them up. Give them a little mace to the eyes, punch them in the jaw, teach them that they can't fucking speak on you like that, whether you're conservative or liberal. I'm not saying shoot anybody. I'm not saying fucking curb stomp them and knock all their teeth out. I'm saying if some guy's going to get in your face and be like, yeah, but what do you think? Yeah, but what do you think? Yeah, but what do you think? Bam. Nice right hand. And here's the thing about these pussy conservative guys. They're all tough when they got the camera and they're like, you guys suck, I don't like you. And then they get maced or they get punched and they go, my free speech. Oh my God, I'm a victim. They love being a victim, just
Isn't
like
that the
lefties
lefty
do.
game?
But that's what they do now. And this Chaya Raychick, don't Google the early life section there, who runs libs of TikTok. She's nothing more than a liberal who likes Trump because all of her attitudes towards shit is lefty. She's all about canceling people if she doesn't like their opinion. Oh, I found out where this person works and they said that trans people are awesome. Let's get them fired from their job. And she does. That's left-wing bullshit.
She's the one who got doxxed too, right? You think she'd understand what that's like to kind of take it to that level?
You would think. You would think. And it's all of, like Sam Show says, it's all of them. You know? And so there's this new guy, Cam Higbee. He's you know these guys are bought and paid for. You know there's billionaires and millionaires behind these people when they come up out of nowhere and all of a sudden people are talking about them. None of this stuff is organic. None of this stuff is like it gets through and gets viral and gets big without somebody being behind it. So now there's this Cam Higbee guy, and his whole gimmick is, I'm going to go right into where the lefties protest, and I'm going to stick a camera in front of their face and ask them antagonizing questions. Well, then, you know what? If you get fucked up, I don't feel sorry for you.
You kind of asked for it. That's part of the deal.
I would say the same thing to that fat chick that got hit by that car in Charlottesville. Now, she was in there. There were a bunch of fucking crazy neo-Nazis doing a protest. She's like, I'm going to show up and get right in their faces. That is blatantly, openly antagonistic. You are trying to heighten the temperature. You did everything in your power to see to it that something would happen. Do you know what happened to that Heather Heyer at Charlottesville, by the way? Because the story goes, some crazy white supremacist just ran her over with his car. No.
Right.
A bunch of those fucking protesters surrounded some socially retarded autistic guy started pounding on his vehicle. We're going to rip him to shreds. So he took off. And some fat chick didn't get out of the way, got hit by the car, and had a heart attack. That's what happened. And it should teach everybody a lesson. Hey, when the neo-Nazis are on that side of town doing a protest, next week, go on that side of town and do your fucking protest. But when these guys are out there and they're doing their thing, don't go out there and get in their faces and then go, oh, well, I can't believe that violence happened.
Why are you so mad? What am I doing? I'm just asking questions. Like, come fuck off. You know what you're doing.
You know exactly what you're doing. So before we get into this Cam Higbee thing, $5 says, wanted, gimpy-legged crybaby poo pants for being a pot-smoking hippie bum. Reward, 1 Stoney's gift card. I think he's talking about you.
Yeah, probably. Joey apparently doesn't like me.
Joey Caravello likes you plenty. You should hear what they say about me. And it's funny. It's all funny. It's all fun.
It's all fun and game.
Everybody's having a good time here on the Steel Toe Show. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. I'm going to steal Hughesy's line.
What's that?
I heard Hughesy say, hit the like button for dicks and stuff. He's Scottish now, by the way, according to my accent. Oh. So hit thumbs up, especially on YouTube, because they are trying to strangle us. And we're not going to let them. But Rumble is going up. Twitter is going up. Facebook is going up. Kick is going up. Thank you guys very much for doing that. Hit thumbs up. Hit share. So this Cam Higbee guy, I don't trust the genuineness of this fucking guy more than I can throw him. It's also kind of weird to see that, you know how Alex Stein lost his Blaze gig?
Yeah.
And now it doesn't seem like it's Alex Stein Day anymore. Like, it doesn't seem like Alex is doing anything now, even though it's only been a couple of weeks. When these guys lose that like multi-hundred million, multi-billion dollar access to these media companies, like, we act like because it's the internet, there's no gatekeeping. But no, you know, it's not 2009. Nobody breaks through on the internet anymore without somebody being behind them.
Yeah. Some sort of financial backer, a mysterious, or in Alex Stein's obvious Blaze source case.
Nobody goes viral anymore and becomes a big thing and has a sustained career. If anybody sneaks through, it's a flash in the pan thing. Save your money because it's 15 minutes, like Hawk Tua. Hawk Tua was streaming.
She tried real hard, though.
Yeah, but she was streaming the other day to like 10 people. And it's just like, so this Cam Higbee, I don't know who's behind Cam Higbee, but I keep hearing his name more and more. And that usually means that he's an op of some sort.
And somebody's supporting him.
Yeah. So Cam Higbee is out there in, what town was having this big protest? It was Dearborn. So Dearborn, they were having these protests. It was either Christians were protesting that they're losing their city, or Muslims were protesting, you know, we're here, we're jihad, get used to it. Either way, whatever side is protesting in public that day, and I know my rights, my free speech, my this and that, stay the fuck away. All right?
Mind your business.
Mind your fucking business. They have a First Amendment right. Leave them the fuck alone. Let them have their protest. And then next week, you get a permit to have your own protest and your own march and your own parade. Go for reasonable. It. But I don't feel sorry for anyone who gets pepper sprayed or hit or anything else for going. I mean, men in our generation need to start being like men in our grandfather's generation. Because if you would go to your grandparents when you were a kid and you would go, so-and-so hit me, they wouldn't immediately go, oh, violence is wrong. You should appreciate free speech. Your grandpa would go, well, what'd you do? Well, I called him the gay F word. He'd be like, well, you get punched in the fucking face for doing that, don't you?
Now you know not to just, you know, talk to people like that.
Right. So this Cam Higbee goes and he's trying to rile people up.
Feel stupid because they are stupid. All right. Sir, why is he not welcome on a public sidewalk?
Get the camera out of my face. Get that camera out of my face, or else.
Okay, get that camera out of my face means get the fuck out of there. You stick around after get that camera out of my face. I don't fucking feel sorry for you. What happens to you? You were antagonizing. What you're doing right now is you're antagonizing a mentally ill autist
who decided to go out in public to share his message, and he does not like arguments with it. They didn't come here for a debate, sir.
No.
Why would you think that guy looks like he is crazy?
Right. So now we do the phone jostling that always looks like you're being curb stomped by 50 people when in reality somebody just knocked the phone out of your hand. So now when the phone gets picked back up, we find out that Cam Higbee got maced by one of these people.
Phone right here. Is this his phone? All right, guys, he just got pepper sprayed for attacking and assaulting someone. No, you're not gonna get your phone. Actually, you get it. Here you go. There we go. Yeah.
Fuck, you know what? Good. I hope this teaches lefties and righties. Stay the fuck out of this shit. And by the way, you went there to antagonize. I'm going to own some libs. I'm going to be owning all these libtards. And now you got what you wanted, and now you got mace in your face. I'm tired of these people who try to grift and grab viral videos from going in and antagonizing people. And then when they antagonize people and they get hit for it, they go, but I'm a victim. Like we said earlier, that's some left-wing bullshit.
I don't think I don't think anybody really assumes that they're going to get that part. They always think, "Oh, I'm going to get the clicks, I'm going to get the likes, I'm going to get the viral moment," and they don't realize, no. There are people here who believe this stuff firmly and might just, and like I said, that last guy certainly didn't look at all, might be a touch unhinged, and you should just leave them their fucking space, let them have their protest. This is them venting their stress. This is not a time for you to involve yourself.
There are too many pussy-possessing men in conservatism now who fall back on free speech, but don't we have rights and not expect to be violated against? Okay, I know that's the law, but I don't want to live in a culture where someone can just go up with a camera and go, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. That guy getting the living shit beat out of him is good for society. It keeps people polite. It keeps people nice. If I don't care, you don't get to have a political opinion that gives you a pass to be an obnoxious cunt asshole. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care where you think the top marginal tax rate should be. If you're out there with a camera going, you, and you get the fucking shit stomped out of you, I hope nobody saw anything and nothing becomes of it. And you lose a bicuspid, a little permanent reminder.
Come on in.
No! Disgusting fuck pepper spray. No! No, they pepper spray. Oh my God, it's not JFK with his brains laying out all over a convertible.
Look, it's not awesome, but just fucking let your face leak for a little bit.
Yeah.
Go find some milk.
I mean, and by the way, Johnny, I thought these guys were all libtard pussies. I thought they were all just bums and pussies and didn't. Well, guess what? You found out they're not. You found out they'll pepper spray a bitch if you go in there fucking around with them. Isn't it conservatives who always say fuck around and find out?
Yeah, I was about to say he just found out for fucking around. Like that's the rule. That's kind of a big thing on your side of the camp. Plus, aren't you guys supposed to all be like, dudes and stuff?
Yeah.
Like alpha man? You don't just take you. I'm gonna fight for my rights and my beliefs. Take a little pepper spray, homie. It's not that bad.
And
I mean, they left it at that too. You got pepper sprayed once. Nobody else fucked with you after that. You got your phone back.
This is good because the internet has made people too comfortable with saying shit that deserves a beating and not getting the beating. It's good that the beating comes every once in a while. Hey, you saying you advocate for violence? Oh, fuck, all the time. I don't think we live in a violent enough culture in many cases. I think a lot of people get away with beta boy bitch behavior and don't take a fucking beating.
I like this pepper spray. What do you do? No, back up. I got it. Let's just.
They're muting it, by the way, probably because whoever pays for Cam Higbee to go to these doesn't like it when people say negative things about Israel. So there he goes.
That's okay.
Show us your face. Oh, he's so sad because he got the pepper spray in his eyes. I just wanted to take advantage of autistic liberals who were gathering to exercise their First Amendment right and shove a camera in their face. Why did I get maced? Good. You know where they're not macing people? At a conservative meetup somewhere where you guys aren't fucking with these people. Go there.
Yeah. Why don't you just, I mean, if you were standing on the outside of it with like your microphone being like, excuse me, I have questions. Would anyone like to talk to me? That'd be one thing. You immediately, like from the clip where we started at, you're immediately right over this dude's shoulder like a parrot while the two of them have a conversation. And then you jump right on top of this guy to be like, so about what he said. And then like, you really want him to suddenly be on the spot. And of course he flipped out. Like you're right there, dude. You're in his bubble.
I mean, I'm sorry.
I don't know if I'd pepper spray immediately, but yeah.
I'm sorry, but to me, if your thought process is I'm going to antagon, like, because their whole opinion is these lefties are quick to violence. These lefties attack people for not agreeing with them. These lefties are unstable and unhinged. Okay, let's take that to be true. So your plan is to go and antagonize these people on film,
right? You're going to poke them with your microphone stick?
I'm sorry, but I'm grandpa on this one. You got what you fucking deserved. Hey, your grandpa would smack you in the back of the head and go, well, don't go to their fucking protest. What are you doing? That was the best, is when someone would tell to grandpa, they'd tattle to grandpa that they got hit. And they'd be like, what'd you do? Well, I just took his, whatever. And be like, well, don't fucking take that from him. That's what happens when you do that, when you're a dick. $2 from Drinking Beers says, Furies do thing my mom warned me about. I'm sure you meant that a certain kind of way. Aussie Mark, I will say this. I've seen Aussie Mark in the chat before. He's kind of a sensitive guy, so I got to back him off a little bit. He says, are you talking shit about Alex Stein? He has nothing but good things. No, I'm defending Alex Stein. I'm saying when Alex Stein doesn't have the billionaires behind him, it seems like it's not Alex Stein Day anymore, meaning like these guys are the gatekeepers. These guys hire guys like Alex Stein, use them for 2 years, then dump them, and then they're not in the algorithm anymore. And now Alex has to go and work with Tim Pool, who nobody wants to go and have to like, I mean, it must suck needing Tim Pool. I would hate that. I think Alex is a really talented guy, and I think it's bullshit that now because he's not on the Blaze anymore, people are like, it's not Alex Stein Day. I hate it. Sam Show says Aaron's the least of Alex Stein's problems. He's associating with Tim Pool to find an audience. I mean, I feel like sometimes these conservative places employ these people to put golden handcuffs on them to kind of slow their roll a little bit, in a way.
Yeah, you get your exposure, but now you have to kind of toe the line. And then when they cut them loose, their exposure drops off. They really have to make. Although Crowder managed to, but he was there so long that he developed like a hardcore. Like that's the other thing. Alex Stein didn't get as much of a run as Crowder did to really build his own segment of audience out of that.
Yeah. I have triggered the shit out of Dr. Doom today. He hates my take on these protests. I'm sorry. I'm old school like that. You go and stick a camera in someone's face. I hate that it's illegal for like Russell Crowe or Alec Baldwin or any of these guys. You should be able to level paparazzi. I mean, just knock them the fuck out, and I would cheer. It would be great. I want a polite, moral society. More than I like freedom. I think if we got to sacrifice a little bit more freedom for people to fucking behave themselves and mind their P's and Q's around people that they should fear physically, it's not a bad idea.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea.
I don't know if you're going to have a whole lot of people on your side with that. Maybe a few.
I'm being hyperbolic, but still.
I know.
But still, there's nothing more satisfying than watching some little rat cunt get punched in the face. Like, to me, I'm going to be honest, Cam Higbee, these guys with the cameras sticking them in people's faces while they're protesting, to me, all of these people, and you're going to hate this, but all of these people are a variation of Jack Doherty.
I was actually going to say, like, the Cam Higbee stuff is like people trying to do, because like Alex Stein kind of went in with the camera and got in people's faces, but he didn't pick like people straight at protest. He'd pick like town halls and like public figures, like people that kind of have to put up with that for a degree. And he's better at it than say like this Higbee guy. So like Higbee's like, I'm just going to jump in. And a lot of people just kind of do that where they're like, now like, let's jump in and stick the camera in their face.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't go as well.
And yeah, again, like they say journalist Cam Higbee. Is that I've never heard of Cam Higbee until like
so he's back
a little bit ago. Conservative influencer who's known for holding Charlie Kirk style debates with the public. Okay, so he's a guy who's trying to grift off the Charlie Kirk thing.
Okay.
He says he was pepper sprayed by the... Oh, this was 1 hour ago? Oh, he's addressed this. Okay. Let's take a listen.
I'm a journalist. I'm not a protester. This is my badge. Okay. Today on the streets...
Okay, instantly, he's Tim Pool.
I'm a journalist. I'm not a protester.
Guys, this is not what right-wingers need. You guys don't need this. Nobody fears you guys anymore. The right wing used to strike fear into people. You'd behave yourself around the right wing. You'd hear right wing and you'd be like, those guys are going to beat the fucking shit out of me. Now it's a guy who goes, excuse me, I'm a journalist and I have rights. And they put owie juice in my eyeballs.
This really isn't the what is it? The like usually like the portrayed, like the right wing's portrayed as the like white supremacist, like urban militia, like threat to the government kind of stuff. I really don't get that vibe. I'm a journalist. I'm not a protester.
Dude, these like gay, trans, liberal protesters are now like, they're taking tough away from the right wing. How embarrassing is that? That like you're getting out, getting out toughed by people who want to cut off their cock. What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Well, I mean, that is pretty ballsy.
It was pepper sprayed, maced by protesters because I asked them simply why they were harassing and touching another individual who had stated repeatedly that he was only on their side of the street to talk to them and have a dialogue. My phone...
They weren't there to have a fucking dialogue with you.
They weren't... Sir, this was not a debate.
But this is the not getting punched in the face when you're a kid for being a cunt thing. But I went in there with a camera and I told these people I wanted to have a dialogue. They don't want to fucking talk to you. And by the way, take the fucking backwards hat off, you twat. Oh, what a douche. This is his beanie. This guy is like multiverse Tim Pool. Instead of a beanie, he's got a backwards hat. I was pepper sprayed. Why were you pepper sprayed? If we gave him truth serum, he would say, I was pepper sprayed for being a little twat. That's why I was pepper sprayed for.
Cam bastard, you pepper sprayed my stepson.
You little bastard, you attacked my stepson?
I bet you he is pro-Israel, too. He probably loves Mark Levin.
Was smashed. You can see the broken camera right there.
Oh, my.
They stole $50 out of my pocket, and they stole my microphone receiver.
Wait a minute. You went to confront a bunch of liberal pussies, and they jacked you and took your shit? You fucking bitch. Oh, my God, you little pussy. You Corey Feldman lookalike. You fucking, you goddamn Lost Boys stunt double. Jesus. Imagine going in front of a bunch of people and bitching and admitting this. I went to confront a bunch of libtard trans people and they beat the fuck out of me and jacked me and took my shit. Oh, you pussy.
I went and I told one of your officers, badge number 3668, that this had happened. He told me there was nothing that could be done about it unless I went to the station. I told him, I can't go to the station. I'm working. I'm doing my job. He said, I'm working.
Fucking wah. You know, if this was a lefty, we'd call him a Karen, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Isn't this what a Karen is?
Point and laugh and call you a bitchy, whiny Karen. Oh, by the way, it's not that the cops said they couldn't help you. They couldn't help you unless you went to the station. That's how it works. You have to file a report about this.
You know what, though? I am just jealous that Dan from Nice Podcast Stupid is having such a good career. He looks like Dan.
2. I said, Dad, your job is to protect me and all of the people that are out here today. Okay, so we said that I could go into the station later. I told him, you're never going to catch the guy if I go into the station later. He's going to leave. He's dressed head to toe in black bloc. I filmed the whole thing, but he had a...
You filmed the whole thing. We'll never be able to catch the guy. I filmed it. This is a guy who wants to be a victim. This is lefty behavior.
Again, dude, like, stand up for yourself when they're trying to take your shit and then move on. Have some security or, I don't know, don't go talk to mentally unstable people. You don't just kind of peekaboo them.
You don't get to have the clicks and the views and the love and the adoration of people for when you go and you own the lefties if you can't fucking take L's like this like a fucking man. This is embarrassing. I'd rather beg for money on a live stream.
Mask on his face. You'll never, ever get an opportunity to arrest that person ever again if you don't go and get him right now. He said, sir, I can't leave my post. 5 minutes later, I caught him.
That's not unreasonable. That's true. These officers can't leave their post. That guy you were talking to is not in charge. He's got a commanding officer, and he has orders.
And his orders are to keep an eye on this protest in case stuff really gets out of hand, like, say, groups of people are fighting, and they need to call more people in.
You know, he's supposed to be there to police things that get out of hand, like a bunch of agitators go in there and stick cameras in front of people's faces and a fight breaks out.
In the parking lot on a personal phone call. Okay? Repeatedly today, I watched people that are in this room get attacked by other people that are in this room.
Okay, faggot, what's next?
I watched your officers not respond to those attacks repeatedly. Then I saw...
Oh, no! Oh, jeez!
Somebody who was in this group, which, I'm a journalist. I'm just documenting what's going on, and I'm here to tell you what's going on.
Does he have boat keys in his hand? Does he have like a...
It looks like it now.
Is that a floater for boat keys? Bro.
So you're just crazy in a retard kind of way then, huh?
I saw somebody in this group get arrested. I asked the officers, habeas corpus, please articulate probable cause for arresting
Oh my
this
God.
person.
I quoted Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution, and I said habeas corpus, and I said posse comitatus, and they said Hakuna Matata, and
I hope you die.
And I showed him my stupid little press lanyard because I have a show on YouTube. Oh, all right, good for you, buddy.
By the way, to quote Jack Black in High Fidelity, that is a Cosby sweater. A Cosby sweater.
They refused to. I asked name and badge number. They refused to give me their name and badge number.
This is fucking Karen behavior. This is, the right is becoming what they say the left is.
Well, it's not surprising. Donald Trump is totally not in charge of his business while they have dealings with Saudi Arabia, just like, Biden had nothing to do with Ukraine. And now we're complaining and crying as we strike ourselves. They came and got me.
I got to be honest with you. You're not going to sell me on the Bin Salman thing. I think what Trump did there was fucking based. Awesome.
I just, like, for me, it's like people are like, oh, well, he has dealings with this people and his family do. I'm like, right, the same way that the Bidens had dealings with Ukraine.
It's fucking base.
Like, it's like, pick the family. They had dealings with somebody. It's like, oh, no, but I'm not in charge of my business right now, and these deals totally don't benefit me, and I'm not using my political position for leverage.
I'm sorry. I fucking, we're getting off on one here. I really like hating this guy.
As a member of the press with my badge clearly displayed. They would not tell me why they were arresting this person. They just did it. Okay? Yesterday, I was exploring Dearborn. I came here just to document this from Seattle as a journalist. Okay?
Seattle. So no matter how right-wing you are, you're still gay. He's from Seattle.
God-awful bunch of malcontents. I hope you all kill each other.
Exploring Dearborn, I walked up and down Michigan Avenue. There wasn't very many people out. Then we wanted to hear the call to prayer that we've heard so much about. So we went to...
Oh, yeah, he's so innocent. You weren't antagonizing Muslims or trying to shit on Muslims. I just wanted to hear the call to prayer. Oh, yeah, you Christian with the cross around your neck. You just wanted to hear the Muslim call to prayer. You know what it was, Johnny? He was just being an open, liberal mind who wanted to expand his horizons. You fucking pussy. Take your beating like a man and learn something from it.
I like how he said it like it was a tourist attraction. I wanted to see this call to prayer that we've heard so much about. Like, when we came here, it was on the postcards. Like, come see our call to prayer. Like, we want to see...
You should just fucking smile and blow me!
A mosque. And at that mosque, I was followed by a drone. If I moved forward, the drone moved forward. If I went backwards, the drone went backwards.
That's funny.
I went to a gas station, and that drone waited outside of the gas station, just above the door, for me to leave so it could begin following me again.
I'm just imagining him in his car like Henry Hill, just looking up at the helicopter. He's just driving around taking pills, and he's got bags under his eyes. He's all red, and he just looks greasy. He's like, where'd that drone go? You see that drone anywhere?
Followed by vehicles, and I was followed by individuals on foot. There was a lot of talk in here today about sexism. So I'd like to quote the Prophet Muhammad. Okay.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, what a gay guy.
Is very obviously gay. I look at him and I'm like, well, you're gay.
Jesus.
Sir, climb off the cross. We need the wood.
Oh, in the words of Tom Waits, come on up to the house.
One of my favorite quotes from the Prophet Muhammad. A woman's testimony is worth half that of a man's due to the deficiency of her mind. God created two sexes, one superior and one inferior. That's why your women wear hijabs, because they're inferior to men.
So are you complaining because the liberals beat the shit out of you and jacked you, or are you complaining that Muslims are gay? I'm confused. as to
I
what
feel like
you're...
he's just broad swinging at everybody.
Bro.
I think what I just gave you was terrible fucking advice.
That's why in most Muslim countries, they can't leave their homes without permission of a male guardian. Is my time up?
You have 30 seconds.
No, you're just annoying all of us, and we wanted to break your role.
30 seconds.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I shouldn't feel like a dhimmi in my country. That's what I feel like in Dearborn, Michigan. It doesn't feel like home. I feel like a dhimmi, a second-class citizen, which is what Christians are in the majority of Muslim countries. Dhimmis. Second-class citizens.
This guy is a grifting sack of shit. He's like hitting every talking point. There's no feeling behind it. It's all performative. Cam Higbee fucking sucks, and I guarantee there's money behind him. This is not a genuine guy. Don't get caught up in thinking this guy's good. He ain't.
I just love it. I have a press pass. I have a lanyard. Okay.
Jesus.
There's a P on it right there. Stands
You
for
little
press.
bastard, you attacked my stepson?
I just hear Mark Levin. I hear Tim Pool and Mark Levin in this guy's voice. So yeah, you guys are going to see Cam Higbee stuff. You're going to see Cam Higbee stuff come around.
Somebody's pushing Higbee.
Somebody's paying to push Cam Higbee. I just want you to remember this segment and that he's a pussy and you should not listen to him. This is Candace Owens, and I wanted to show you this clip. Let's make this a smaller screen. I wanted to show you this Candace Owens clip, not just because it's Candace Owens, but the interviewer in this is the most insufferable woman I think I've ever seen. I saw a clip of this on the Jimmy Dore show, and I think the interview itself is older, but it's been making the rounds again. It's from like earlier this year. Candace Owens gave an interview to this CNN chick. I don't know why CNN thinks she's good. I don't know why she's looked at as anything to write home about, but they love her. She's the woman who interviewed Tim Dillon, and she is... Oh, she's such a puke, and she's so disingenuous, and she's absolutely everything the establishment media wants. She will regurgitate their questions, ask them with vigor, and then not question herself at all. I mean, she is the absolute worst. She does this interview with Candace Owens, and like after Tim Dillon made mincemeat of her, I don't know why they sent her after Candace Owens, who could turn Tim Dillon into paper mache. Like Candace is one of the most ruthless people out there. Here she is talking to this CNN reporter, and you know, they don't have the guts to just come out and go, "Hey, Candace, I think you hate Jews." They try to do this thing where they ask you questions that hint at that, and then when she goes, "I don't fucking, that's not what I'm saying," they go, "Well, I'm not saying you said that." Just watch this woman. She's unbearable. She's the absolute worst, and she has to get sacrificed to Candace Owens.
They is a word, so like I don't need to always like say they. Like it's just a weird. It's like this is one of these psychology tactics where you're like, who is they? Who is they? And it's like,
because it sounds like you're saying Jews.
It sounds like you're saying Jews. Like this woman is a stereotype of what people think dumb people are. Like she's like an idiocracy extra. It sounds like you're saying Jews. Like when you go to broadcasting school, one of the things they teach you is how to project, like how to speak from your chest and how to, you know, speak properly and enunciate properly. How has this not been electrocuted out of her, this vocal fry, valley girl shit, and the vacant, over-medicated, guarantee she's on antidepressants. I guarantee she's a modern woman. And she's on antidepressants because she's zonked out of her mind.
and it's like,
because it sounds like you're saying Jews.
Does the word they mean Jews?
When you're talking about Jews, yes.
But if I
I mean, I don't know. I've watched Candace Owens. When she's talking about Jews, she's very clear that she's saying Jews. You know who isn't clear when they're talking about Jews? Tucker Carlson. Watch Tucker. Tucker will say it without saying it because he's still a little scared. But Candace has no problem saying Jew, 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 Jew. I mean, she got fired from the Daily Wire for being like, fucking Jews.
Yes.
But if I'm not talking about Jews, then they doesn't mean Jews. When I say they want us to believe this or they want us to believe that and you hear Jews, that's your own derangement. Right?
Bingo.
If I want to say something about Jews, I'll say it. If I want to say something about Israel, I will say it.
If I want to say something about vapid, dumb bitch reporters, I'll say that too.
If I want to, just like when I want to say something about black people, I'll say it. When I was saying during BLM, they want us to believe, nobody said, do you mean Jews? And so again, it's one of these trash tactics to make people fearful to speak. If I want to say Jews, I will say Jews. I don't fear saying Jews. When I say Zionists run the media, I mean Zionists run the media. People that support the political ideology of Israel run the media.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just Jews. It's Jews and Christians with an affinity for Israel. It's Zionists. It's not just Jews. When you say Jews run the media, you're oversimplifying what it is. It's way more than Jews. It's Jews and their Christian errand boy, Johnny Ola. That's who it is.
Any other things that I can help clarify?
But are you familiar with this like very long-standing trope?
Couldn't give a shit about a trope.
They shouldn't have sent that poor girl to take on Candace Owens. I mean, that just wasn't fair. Candace Owens ripped her apart, and it was just, ugh. That sounds like you're saying Jews. Like, are you sure you're not saying Jews? Because it sounds like Jews.
You little bastard, you attacked my stepson?
Carl's Clubfoot. Now I'm confused. Is it one Clubfoot or two? Thank you for the $20, buddy. I appreciate that.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
He says, my dog is making me bacon and eggs. Aw, that's adorable. That's, why doesn't your mom wife do that for you, buddy? Thank you very much. That experiment we're doing is awfully close to being complete. Keep going and complete said experiment, and I'm going to feel really, really good about today. You're also about 56 memberships on Rumble away from 500, which is a great number for us. Thank you so much. I think one or two more of those Carl's Clubfoot little drops there, and our little experiment is complete. I do have one more of these just because I love this reporter. Like, I mean, if the media doesn't want us saying that they put plants in there to just follow their agenda, stop making it so fucking obvious. When you say Jews are... Like, she's the voice in a Louis C.K. bit come to life.
When you say you believe that Charlie Kirk was betrayed by someone close to him, what do you mean?
Do you mean Jews? It sounds like you mean Jews.
I think that in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot of financial reports that are coming out, and
Like the Daily Wire gave Turning Point USA $1 million right after Charlie Kirk was murdered, and that Charlie Kirk couldn't stand Ben Shapiro and felt like he was being held hostage by Jews. That's an interesting financial report.
I, first and foremost, do not believe that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. I want to be very clear on that.
Neither do I.
Whether he was involved, I think the answer is yes. I think that's obvious. And
your basis for saying he didn't act alone is what?
The Jews. Victor, if you're watching right now, would you be able to get me a clip of her going, the Jews? Or no, get her saying, it sounds like you're saying Jews. That's what I want.
I don't know, maybe the weird Fed messages that were concocted out of thin air that had no timestamp and were written like they were speaking in 1822, among other things. Their lack of an ability to answer any basic questions about what took place.
But do you have any proof that the messages were made up? Because that would be easily proven.
Yeah, but they didn't put timestamps on them, and Discord came out and said they didn't exist.
This was supposedly text messages, not Discord messages. It's my understanding from the indictment.
I actually did not read that they were text messages.
The indictment calls them text messages.
What would it be like?
No, it said the following text exchange. I was under the impression they were Discord messages too. What she just clipped out and said they were text messages, that's not what they said. That did not say text messages, you lying bastard. You attacked my stepson?
Indictment calls them text messages.
The roommate received a text message from Rob. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. That one says text message, but then the following text exchange. Text can just mean the kind of communication you're doing. I remember hearing that those were Discord messages too, though.
What would it be like the feds are like on a computer, like typing it out back and forth?
That's exactly what.
That's not that crazy. Like she's saying that like that's an insane thing to think. That's pretty, spot on.
It is. The feds made up the text messages.
But you don't have anyone from like the FBI telling you that, or law
I have
enforcement?
leaks.
Okay.
No.
Has anyone leaked to you?
And Tyler Robinson
But has anyone said to you, even off the record, like, yeah, we faked these?
I have very strong sources everywhere on both sides.
Well, I look forward to seeing the evidence of that.
Sure.
God, her speech tone is just fucking bizarre. It's not human. I look forward to seeing that. Is this who CNN just sends? Like, we don't think anything of her. She's awful. She's over-medicated. She's droll. She's terrible. Send her in there as a sacrificial lamb so that we can get the clicks and views out of this. We'll feed her questions because they don't want one of their serious journalists to get embarrassed by Tim Dillon or by Candace Owens. So we'll send the vapid, over-medicated, depressed girl in there, hand her talking points, and, let her loose.
Because when we keep talking about evidence, it's like, who's going to present that evidence? Like the mainstream media? Like
just
who are you expecting to come out?
Hot story.
No, it wouldn't be.
It would be.
It wouldn't be.
If the FBI, like if I had a source telling me, like if I had proof that the FBI faked those messages, that would be an enormous story.
Yeah, it would be an enormous story. Would CNN let you tell that story? I ax ya.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we live in a post-Epstein world and we know how stories get shut down.
Yeah.
And
oh, you sweet summer child. I'll be a big story and everyone wants me to tell it. Everybody wants me to tell that story. She's so good. Historically White says she interviews the extremists. Ah, yes, those dangerous extremists. McBuster says she's gross mentally, but there's something about the nerdy ones. You stop it. You fucking stop it right now. You knock it off right now, McBuster. Get that thought out of your head. Get that thought out of it. Oh, no. And then Roots says, I'm with you on that, McBuster. Stop it, Roots. Stop it. Pull out one of your beard hairs right now. Set your shit straight. The hell's the matter with you? Something about... No, there's nothing about her. What the fuck is going on here? We got a Hassan Piker clip. Now, I don't look to Hassan Piker for actual political commentary. He doesn't have any. Hassan Piker is just a really, 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 really rich kid who had a hobby of streaming, and it took off because he had his uncle from the Young Turks. He got a lot of play off of that. And so basically every angry at their mom and dad, upper middle class socialist clings on to Hassan Piker because the internet is all about people telling you, hey, you're okay, and then living in that bubble. This is Hassan, the clip we have today on his, like, this is, again, we talk about this a lot with Hassan. He has absolutely no sense of humor. I don't know how you can have a show and not have some kind of sense of humor and not be able to take criticism. Like, you read our chat every day. It's just all of us being mean to each other and silly. I see that Melton like bans the word fat in his chat because he's so sensitive about his body weight. And he bans people from his chat because they dare to go against him. There's this woman who has really good legal analysis, and he's so scared of what she has to say, even though she hates Steel Toe. He's so scared of what she has to say in her legal analysis that he's just banned her from his community because he can't take it. He can't handle it. It's really embarrassing. Make sure this gets through that community so they know. I mean, they're right now ostracizing people from their community because they're daring to message me and go, hey, Aaron, I guess you got to win. I guess the war's over. You won. You're not such a bad guy. You told the truth. And they're getting attacked and ostracized. One guy, one real chicken shit guy, sent me messages. I thanked him publicly for sending the messages. And then he got so criticized in that community because he found out I sent a message that he went schizo post on me and started like angry DMing me. And I would respond with, dude, I think you're in the bubble. You're being a little bubble right now. I think you're trying to score points with your community. Fuck you. You're going to go to jail, you piece of shit. And it's like, oh, I see. I think to these people, I know it's sad and pathetic to you and I, but like to a lot of these people, these are the only quote unquote friends or community they have. So if it comes to recognizing reality or going back in the bubble so they don't feel alone, Unfortunately, they go back in the bubble so they don't feel alone. But don't worry, the rest of you who send me those messages, I saw how bad it fucked, and that was Dean, by the way. I saw how bad it fucked up Dean, that I won't out you. But there are a lot of those people, they find out that I'm messaging you, that you're not the worst guy in the world. They go mental and they go after you. So that's a bit psychotic. But as far as Hassan Piker goes, not only does he have no sense of humor about himself and have no ability to take criticism like a Dabbleverse guy, he should be in the Dabbleverse actually. But he goes into his chat and seeks out amongst all the people who are writing really nice things about him and being really kind and like, I love that you're in, because he's in China right now showing you that communism's fucking rad, bro. Meanwhile, he had his phone confiscated and he got questioned in Tiananmen Square, but that's totally rad because American cops are way worse. Well, people in his chat tell him what a good socialist he is and how he's good for the cause and everything else. He'll go and find, and he's got tens of thousands of people watching him at a time. His chat moves way too fast for you to notice. He will pick out a negative, isolate it, bring it up, and then get mad at that person. It's like, asshole, number one, if you can't take criticism, stay out of your chat. Number two, if all you're going to do is pick out the negatives, don't bring them up and read them and let people know it gets to you, because then now that's all they're going to do. So this is Hassan Piker. You guys aren't going to believe this. You want to talk about vanity. This is Hassan Piker saying that, telling someone he's pissed off because they told him he doesn't work out as much as he says. Who gives a fuck what some gay commie on the internet thinks about how much you deadlift, bro? This is Hassan Piker, who, by the way, I have still never seen with a smile on his face, except when he's electrocuting animals.
You got to get some workouts in, man. You eat more than Austin Peas. Dude, I'm literally, all right, first of all,
what? Why? Okay, let's start with the thing that triggered him. You need to work out, bro. You eat more than Austin Peas. First of all, I don't know who that is, and if you do know who that is, gay. Second of all, that's such a nothing comment. It doesn't even deserve your attention. Like, I have to give Mersh more credit than I give Hassan Piker. At least when he was cucking to Baked Alaska and running away like a bitch from Baked Alaska. At least when Baked called him fat, he patted his belly and went, I'm a little overweight. I mean, he had a sense of humor about it, right? Hassan Piker, you're like, you eat too much and you need to go to the gym. And he's about to crash out over it.
Dude, never do this, okay? Never do this. Just never do that, okay? Fucking die if you're going to do that.
Jesus. Dude, all the guy said was you should go to the gym and you're looking a little puffy. And now he should die? Hey, Hassan, I think you should go to the gym. Wouldn't you fucking die? Well, I'm sorry. Now, wait a minute. Twitch terms of service. Are you allowed to tell someone to die? I feel like that's against the rules on Twitch. You know what? Don't worry. I'm sure Dan Clancy will take action. He'll suspend Hassan Piker for 3 days while he's not streaming.
Okay? That's number one. Ridiculous.
Why are you wearing two jackets? I don't like it. I don't like a lot of things. A lot of things he does, I'm just against from a humanistic standpoint. You just don't. He might be an AI. He's a weird dude. Hey, Hassan, you eat a lot. You should go work out more. Yeah, well, your life should stop. Whoa.
What a fucking way to start the day, boys. What a day to start. What a way to...
You are a fucking multimillionaire in China. You're the son of a guy who's worth $5 billion. That shit should not shake you up. I am worth $13.72, and I would laugh at that. Jesus, dude, get a grip. You know how they say that money can't buy happiness? I think Hassan Piker should be the mascot for Money Can't Buy Happiness, because this guy has more money than Croesus, and he reads one bad chat and all of a sudden everybody should die, and it's the worst start to his day ever. God damn.
Start the fucking day. Who the fuck do you think you are, bitch? Suck my fucking cock.
Sounds like a fat guy to me. I don't know, Hassan. Are you sure you're not getting a little mad because you're feeling a little chubby? You grabbing at your haunches and feeling a little extra skin, me boy? Hey Hassan, what's the real problem here? Did you squat 10 pounds less than you did the day before? You know what'll take your mind off this? Fighting Sam Hyde.
Okay, Parrish. Don't do that.
Drink your chai tea, you queer. Don't do it. Don't tell me that I should go to the gym. By the way, I have to tell you guys, as a guy who's been in radio and a guy who's now in streaming, let me tell you a surefire way to get people to stop doing things. Tell them on the internet to never do it and show that it bothers you. That's a really good way. Yeah. Oh, that's how you should be doing that. Papa Shop says, isn't that breaking TOS? Yeah, no shit. It's breaking TOS. You can't just tell people on, like, Twitch is the most woke of all the streaming services. You can't tell people to die. By the way, Hassan, let me show you something. Hey guys, I really don't like it when you guys say my face looks puffy and I'm overweight. So don't do that. All right. That is a shitty way to start the day. Don't do that. Now, Hassan, watch my chat. I mean, it moves at a snail's pace compared to yours, but now watch what my chat does. Drinking Beers with $5 says, this is for Hassan Piker's father. Thank you very much, pal. I appreciate that $5. Let's go ahead and see what the audience. So now I've told the audience that it's a shitty way to start the day to say I have a puffy face and I look chubby. So they shouldn't say that to me. Let's see how it works. Rexstart parody account says, just your face. Artie Lang's bulbous nose says, Aaron, you're using the word electrocution incorrectly. See? Hobo says, don't tell me how to call you fat. Papa Shop says, your dewlap looks lovely today. Now, technically, he's trying to be complimentary. Das Optic Nerve says, your chins look like a stack of pillows. See, Hassan, it's not working. Halada Vagina says, Aaron, you look extremely bloated this morning. I don't understand it, Hassan. I told them not to do this to me. Why are they doing it? Historically White says, I'm not saying anything because he's asking for it. That's not true. I asked you not to do it. Thank you very much. Fauci's Pangolin says, Aaron, you are probably in the best shape of anyone in the world. You are beautiful. Oh, yeah?
Is very obviously gay. I look at him and I'm like, well, you're gay.
Aussie Mark says, I only criticize your man boobs, Aaron. I'd never criticize your double chin. I'm going to cry. That's very sweet. Kraken Slapping says, I know 5 fat people. Aaron is 4 of them. See, Hassan, for some reason it just does. I don't get it, Hassan. Why is it that when we tell people something bothers us and not to do it, that they keep doing it? Grand Poobah says, Aaron, it's less that your face looks puffy and more that the room looks way too tight for your head. Ryobi Powered Vibe with $1 says, hey, fatty face. Well, I hope you die.
Yeah, I hope you die.
Dr. Doom says, Aaron, you're looking like a bag of boiled shite. So there's our experiment. Thank you guys for that. I appreciate it. You see, Hassan, sometimes asking the internet to stop doing something. See, now look at the memes people are making now. Look at this. Now look at what people are doing. That's Hassan Piker standing next to an Asian lady, and they're calling him Hassan the Hungry. And it's just, which I don't endorse at all. I mean, that's so very incredibly mean-spirited. It says, here's one, Hassan by the end of his China tour. Well, he's seizing the means of production and eating them. So now it's just a bunch of people and now, oh, look at this. This is another Hassan. Look, that's not. Guys, I don't think you're understanding. He said don't call him fat. You guys totally misheard that because now you're making AI photos of Hassan being a big fat guy, and that's just really... Now this isn't real either. He's not wearing one of those rice patty hats with 2 Chinese flags. Stop it. That was not taken in China. That was taken at his birthday party at a bowling alley. He's a big boy. I will admit, this is my favorite story of the week. Nothing's going to top this. This makes me so happy. Did you see that little shitbag Jack Doherty got arrested? And he got busted for drugs. Oh. I love it when people get busted for drugs because they always do the same cope. Well, they should be legal. I didn't do anything wrong. Drugs should be legal. Well, they're illegal, and you knew they were, so don't fucking do them. They're also incredibly horrible for you. No, what they do is they expand my mind. No, you need therapy. You have trauma that's unresolved. You try to escape it, and you use self-destructive coping methods like drugs to fix it, and now you're fucked up. And now you're in a coping loop because you got busted. So Jack Doherty, this little shitbag, if you don't know who Jack Doherty is, there's a word in the English language made specifically for him. It's cunt. He became famous as this like teenager who would go and like stir shit up and annoy the shit out of people. And then they'd be like, well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this little mop-headed douche and I'm going to smash his face into a window. And he would have this big, what looked like either a drug dealer or a former college football offensive lineman or both. Just because you're one doesn't mean you can't be the other. And he would step in and go, you're not going to touch Mr. Doherty. Duh. He'd be his big buffer. Yeah, the family had a lot of buffers. And Jack Doherty would get away with this shit. Well, in the last year or two, bad shit has been happening to Jack Doherty, and it feels really good. He and his ex-girlfriend had like this weird domestic, and the cops came out. He wrecked his car. He's been getting kicked off platforms. He looks like a complete shithead. He got robbed of like $300,000 worth of jewelry. Some rapper stole his chain from him, which was hilarious. And what I like about this Jack Doherty is that he is such a little crybaby bitch at heart that every time he mocks someone or teases someone or taunts someone, he's like, yeah, I'm so rich. I'm so great. Look at my car. And look, he's got that vibe going on. But the minute something bad happens, his little lip quivers and his eyes start to well up and he looks like he's going to cry. He's a really enjoyable fuck up to watch because he's such a little dickbag when he's not fucking up. So he got arrested, I want to say in Florida, on drug charges. And they're pulling pills out of the kid's pocket. He had amphetamine, Adderall, 20 grams of weed, and kids today are such pussies. The unprescribed Adderall. By the way, how are you in possession of Adderall you don't have a prescription for? They will hand you Adderall. Just go to the doctor and say, I'm having a tough time focusing. Isn't that just the thing? We got this drug for you here that we'll just write you unlimited refills for. I mean, Adderall is like the easiest drug to get. Adderall is the very definition of this country's prescription drug problem. Just say you have the thing it treats. I mean, when they say doctors are basically drug pushers for the pharmaceutical companies now, it's because of drugs like Adderall. People know exactly what to say. People know all the magic words, all the buzzwords, and you'll get your drugs. You have to be a dipshit junkie to have a doctor sniff out that it might be against their ethics to give you these pills. I mean, you got to come in there like scratching your neck and twitching and all kinds of stuff for a doctor to, and even then the doctor will be like, maybe the pills will stop the twitching. I mean, my bonus from Pfizer is still on the table. I got to, You know, the person who runs out of paper on their prescription pad first gets to go to Tahiti. So they're not in the business of turning people away. You know, these stock prices don't get that high, and those medical treatment facilities don't get as big as they are by doctors saying, ooh, I think it would be unethical like if I gave you these pills right now. So getting busted for Adderall makes you a retard. Jack Doherty, I know what you're thinking. I hate this douchebag too, right? I hate him. It's so much fun to hate Jack Doherty. And you're probably thinking, well, Aaron, it doesn't really matter if Jack Doherty got arrested unless there's footage of him getting busted and he whines like a little bitch. Well, guys, would I give you this big, long-winded setup to a story that we all want to know about if I didn't have video of him being a crybaby bitch? We have the police cam footage. And guess what? Old Jack Doherty's worried about his watch. Of all the things. Could you imagine? This is what I love, the duality of man type of stuff. This kid's got millions of dollars. This kid's got money. But you know what he doesn't have? Loved ones, family, friends, nothing. Nothing important. He's getting arrested, and this little bastard wants to know where his watch is. He's getting arrested. The only thing that's there for him is his timepiece. I love that. No girlfriend, no friends, no parents, no kids, nothing. Just, where's my watch? You find out that this kid is just an empty husk. And I shouldn't enjoy it the way I do, but God, if anyone deserves it, it's Jack Doherty. Here's him getting arrested. Enjoy. So there's not going to be any sound here at first because the cops have it muted. Yeah, he was in Miami Beach. So there's Jack Doherty. Look, that's what we all. So that's what we all get to do. We all get to sit there and hold our phones while we're getting arrested. We all just get to sit there and start filming.
I'm gonna need him. Back up. Back up. Just saying I got it. Back up. Don't worry about it. Back up. Back up.
Go to the sidewalk. Go to the sidewalk now. Go to the sidewalk now. You want to go with him? Go to the sidewalk now. Okay. Now.
That, by the way, that right there, what you just saw, that little interaction, is Jack Doherty and his little crew in a nutshell. Cop going, get to the sidewalk. Well, I don't have to do shit. I don't have to do what you tell me. And then all of a sudden the cop goes to put hands on him and goes, get to the fucking sidewalk. He's like, oh, no, I'm good. Chill. Go, no, I'm good. I mean, these are the kind of guys who got two for flinching a lot growing up. Because you go like that at them. And then, what? I didn't do anything. It's not just that they're little bitches. It's not just that they're douchebags. It's that they're douchebags. Like if it were the 80s, they would be Harvey Whippleman. You know, they would be they'd be Bobby the Brain Heenan. They'd be the shit heel manager who the minute you go to put hands on them, they're the world's greatest victim. Oh, I'd pay anything to it. You know, these guys deserve the scar that Fetterman has on his face.
You want, bro?
I'll think you understand, man.
I got to be honest, Jack Doherty in handcuffs might be one of my favorite visuals of 2025 as we head to the final 6 weeks, as we sprint to the finish line of this year. And as we run towards the Thanksgiving holiday, let's all be sure that we're clear about what we're thankful for. The fact that I got to see Jack Doherty in handcuffs in 2025 is something I'm very thrilled with. Uh-oh, what did we find? Weed and pills and weed.
Wait, chill. Can I take it off and give it to someone? Wait, no, you can't take it off like that. Wait, can I take it off?
Listen to him. Can I take it off? They've got him in handcuffs. Can I take off my watch? We're going to take it off for you. No. Can I please take off my watch? Imagine, there's materialism, and then there's a person who has made their entire personality their possessions, which, honestly, I don't think I have the ability to feel bad for Jack Doherty. But if I did have the ability to feel bad for him, it would be the fact that this guy identifies himself by his possessions. He's being arrested. He's been caught with drugs, and all he can think about is whether or not he can get his precious watch. That's what it boils down to. Doesn't want to call a girlfriend, doesn't want to call his parents, doesn't have any kids. Just wants to take off his watch. What a sad existence.
You have to like slide it off your wrist. Like, you can't take it off anyway. Sorry.
I have an idea, kid. How about we caught your dumb ass with amphetamines out in public, and we'll take your fucking watch off with the jaws of life if we want to, you little prick. Take a Sawzall to it. And if you nick his arm, it's fine. He's insured.
I think this just fall off it. You know, I just want to fuck it up, you know? Give me some, but no, you really can't take it off that way. So you hold on to that. Like, if you can, literally, if you want to touch me, where you can
Listen, he's complaining to this guy about how to take the watch off. The kid's freaking out about the damn watch.
Oh, Joe, can we get the hand sanitizer, please? Really quick.
Let me slide it off, you know? No.
My watch. You're busted.
Just only a little bit. That's fine. Thank you.
You're busted for drugs, and you got to get your watch.
No cartridge. No, sir. Oh, there. No cartridge. Huh?
Is there anything we should know that's on you?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. No. Show him some of that famous Jack Doherty sassiness. Come on, kid. Give him a little attitude. Did you see the big black security guard was still trying to, like, get in between the cops? Hey, dipshit, get the fuck out of the way. I'm sure you're not holding anything. I bet you they said, we'll search you too. And he went, I'm back. I'm not doing anything. Where's that famous Jack Doherty shitty smugness that we usually see? Boy, he's very nice. Boy, yes, sir, no, sir, when he's being arrested.
I'm going to check your hand at the jail. All right. Get in.
Oh, that is satisfying.
Get my watch. There's someone here now.
Oh, shut up about your watch. We'll steal it from you. It won't even make it to evidence. We're going to be crooked cops. I endorse police corruption if it means Jack Doherty never sees his watch again. Steal it, guys. Steal that kid's watch from him. Jack him. Am I going to see my watch? To find out you've wasted the first 20 some odd years of your life. Because when the chips are down, your watch is your only friend. Oh, I will admit, I am enjoying this way more than I should. I should be more Christian about this. I should be more like, oh, that's too bad. I should be more like Tucker Carlson. Like, that's awful. He should try to get a better life. But I'm Mark Levining this a little bit.
You little bastard, you attacked my stepson?
Sorry, Mark.
What is the watch? No, but you have to like untake. You have to. I got you. Yeah, thank you. Can you tell him to pull up here, my friend, so we can put it on his wrist?
Oh, you know what? I have another idea. Could you find a way to accidentally shoot him while you're doing this? We'll all testify that it was an accidental discharge. Honestly, we'll even say that, the gun, it was actually a factory defect, and we'll sue Smith & Wesson.
We'll do it on the station, man. But real, can I just take it off? We'll do it on the station. No.
Yes. Thank you, whoever that officer was. Give him a good review and a raise. No. Can you shut up? Don't give a fuck about your watch. That would have been great if that's how the cops ended it. He was like, no, but we were kidding. We don't give a shit about your watch, dude. Come on, we're going. No, do you mind if I organize something where, like, it's like he's getting someone to take custody of his dog or even a kid. He's like, can you get my friend over here so he can take it so I know my watch is going to be okay? I need to know it's safe while I'm gone. My watch will be scared without me. Oh, Jack Doherty being arrested. Now, I don't think these charges are going to stick because I think all he's going to have to do, I'm guessing he was being a cunt in the middle of the street and the cops were like, stop these guys. They were like disturbing the peace or something. But I'm sure he's got a prescription for that Adderall. And is weed even illegal in Florida? I don't think he's not going to jail or anything. He's not going to be like, he's not going to get a serious sentence, But it's just him going into a cop car, him panicking about his watch. It just, I don't know. It makes me feel good. Now, it doesn't say anything. He was arrested for possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana, and resisting arrest. Amphetamine, a medication used to manage ADHD and narcolepsy. All these drug addicts have ADHD and narcolepsy. Isn't that amazing? All of these junkies, they've all got ADHD and narcolepsy. It couldn't be. We have so many euphemisms now for junkie. Everybody's got a reason why they're a junkie. Anything to avoid, step 1 of the 12 steps. No, I have ADHD and narcolepsy. We're all raw dogging ADHD over here, asshole. Get a podcast like a normal person. I have ADHD. That's why I need those pills. You like getting high on the ADHD meds. Stop it. ADHD is a riot. It's fun. You should never want to fix it. You fucking bouncing around over here. You can't focus on a goddamn thing. You're the life of the party. Stop taking pills for it. It's a gift from God. Learn how to control it. Be an adult. And I have narcolepsy. You don't have narcolepsy. 9 people have narcolepsy. You can't sleep because you have a guilty conscience and you suck. Stop with your ADHD. You need to get your ass kicked, and you need to calm down and get a noise machine and a Himalayan salt rock or something and fall the fuck to sleep. I'm just really glad Jack Doherty was in a tough spot this weekend. It makes me feel nice. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says the 1998 Vikings with the missing rings was the worst heartbreaking loss of all time. Why are we deciding to turn today into the ugliest trip down memory road ever? Why? Guys, it's a happy day. Jack Doherty got busted for drugs. All right? We don't need to go into, how dreadful and awful the Vikings are. We're very much aware that it was a rough week. You guys are, I got to be honest with you, you guys are, Red Fox Mad, you're killing my vibe with this whole Jack Doherty thing. Let's go into the Rumble end of things. We've got some memberships. I'll be honest with you, I love memberships. Veldrain with $1 says, legend has it the average American diet consists of hot dogs and pharmaceuticals. That's what I heard on Friday as well. That's what I heard. We got a lot of people chiming in on this. Miss Tay gifting not 1, not 2, but 3 memberships. She got them to Rec Start parody account. Ryobi Powered Vibe and Ivana Tinkle. So go ahead and gift some of those memberships back. We're now 16 away from 400. And hey, boys and girls, we're at 240. We had too many beans this weekend. We're 240, and we're 16 memberships away from 400. So keep it going. I like the pace that you're setting today. Just keep it up. Just keep it up. Let's start a chain reaction of those gifted memberships and get to 400 today. 240 is the number. Sam Show says narco is an inability to stay awake. LOL. Well, I fucked that up. Then take everything I said and do it in reverse. Here, I have ADHD and I have narcolepsy. Get the fuck out of bed, you lazy shit. You're just not motivated. You don't know what you're doing with your life. You
little bastard, you attacked my stepson?
It's not. Mark, when I need you, I'll call you. Narcolepsy is a fake disease like fibromyalgia. You're depressed and you're a drug addict on ADHD. Oh, but you're on, Adderall. Oh, I have ADHD. No, you need someone to come up and reprogram you, scramble your brains with a smack to the back of your head. Oh, but I take those other meds for narcolepsy. Just get the fuck out of bed and go walk around and do shit. Oh, but I can't. It's so hard. I randomly fall asleep. Then fuck it. Go home. Leave us all alone. You don't need to talk to us. You're depressing. You're a junkie and you like those meds. And when you don't get your junkie meds, you fall asleep. That's what it is. You go through withdrawals so bad and you're so fucked up on drugs that you fall asleep because you have no other reason to live. Might as well take a siesta. I hate Jack Doherty so much that I am willing to set medicine back centuries just to not give him an excuse. Plus, I mean, let's be honest. The ADHD, narcolepsy, if the meds weren't so fucking good, if the prescriptions for them didn't get you high as a fucking kite, I bet you we wouldn't have as many people. Like, if the effects of ADHD and narcolepsy meds were the effect of Tylenol, nobody would have ADHD or narcolepsy. I promise you. I guarantee it. Veldrain gifting a membership to Riding Dirty Llama. Meat Snack gifting a membership to Sack Johnny Crutches. Holy shit, you guys, keep this up. I'm enjoying your generosity today. That means you're enjoying the show. Keep it up. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, was he tax evasion? And that's when they found the drugs? I don't believe so. I don't think so, but maybe you know something the rest of us don't know. By the way, that now puts Miss Tay in second place at $15 with those 3 gifted memberships. Red Fox Mad. I fucked this up. Uh-oh. I took something away from somebody. Abel Graham's in 4th. Or no, maybe I didn't. Hold on. And then Red Fox Mad in 1st with 20. I'm sorry, guys. Mondays are always so tricky for me. Red Fox Mad in 1st with 20. Miss Tay in 2nd with 15. MN Vikings in 3rd with 12. Sergeant Hulka in 4th with 5. There we go. And Abel Graham in Central Booking. Aaron, you got a good show going. Quit fucking it up. Shut up, other me. I'm fine. There we go. We got it all settled. Annoyed Wawa Supervisor says, I didn't realize Johnny had narcolepsy too. I had no idea. I didn't know either. Yeah, we're going to get to the Whistling Diesel thing too, by the way. Oh, I think that's the tax evasion thing that you're wondering about. You're wondering about whether or not that Jack Doherty got busted for tax evasion. That was Whistling Diesel. And we will get there. Meat Snack gifting a membership. Sack Johnny Crutches got that one. Veldrain gifted one to Riding Dirty Llama. Guys, keep paying those forward. It's working great. Los Federales with $1 says, I got a good look at the watch. Here it is. It retails at $250,000. That's what I mean. Like, your prized possession is that. That's the best you got. Is you got the watch and nothing else in this world. That makes me so happy. Hey guys, did you eat a little too much sugar this weekend? Did you chip or crack a tooth or something? Because from what I understand, people are telling me it's time for you to go to the dentist. And why? Because it's 2:30. 2:30 is the goal now.
I hope you die.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Miss Tages writes, oh, for fuck's sake. 14 memberships away from 500. Thanks, kids. This is the watch? This is Jack Doherty's watch? Ew, so gay. All the colors, all the gadgetry and all that. I do like it when people possess things that show you their insecurities. When you've got a watch like this, you're trying to make up for a lack of personality. And you're trying to make your identity and your personality your possessions. It's one of the saddest things. Like, anyone who peacock feathers that much doesn't have anything in here, and they don't have anything in here. They're fucked up. They are busted. So that's his watch. It looks like it's the Terminator's watch. It sucks. And he paid $250,000 for that. There's an old saying, there's a sucker born every minute and 2 to take him. Veldrain with $1 says Gen Z Mexicans are big fans of the anime One Piece. So much so that they bring the One Piece flag with them when they protest their government. I have no idea what I just read. And I'm happy that I have no idea what I just read. Yes, I agree with Dr. Doom. It's a Lego watch. It is. It's a Lego. He's got himself like a Lego Batman watch. Congratulations to Jack Doherty. Can't beat the guy. 5:54 already this morning. Thank you very much. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. Can we hit our 600 before we even get to the end of the first hour? That would be great. Hit the thumbs up, especially if you're on YouTube. YouTube is strangling us. YouTube is choking us off. The Rumble numbers are way up. The Twitter numbers are way up. Surprisingly, YouTube is down by about 50%. Interesting, right? And the more I shit on YouTube, the more it's interesting. Before we started talking about Fuentes and Tucker, most of our clips would get 1,000 views. Now they get to like 100. That's really interesting now that they're about. Oh, no, don't worry. It's totally us. But we're doing great on Rumble, guys. Thank you very much. But if you're on YouTube, please hit thumbs up. They're trying to fucking bury us. They're trying to kill us on YouTube. Literally, they don't want us around. The only way we can fight that is by you hitting like and you hitting subscribe. So I mean it. It's not just a saying. Hit it. Save us on YouTube because they're trying to kill us for doing a real show. This is part of the social experiment. This is part of the social manipulation. If you do actual content that's not slop and drama and dog shit and like low brain nonsense, they're going to try and squeeze you out. And the only way we can fight that is the way we fought it from day one. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. This is an interesting debate. This is a great discussion that our audience has had over the years. Oh, wait, one more Jack Doherty thing here. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says Jack Doherty's father owns a chain of discount glasses store called Cheaper Peepers for when your premiums go up next year. Is that true? That's not true. Jack Doherty's, I feel like I'm going to like Jack Doherty's dad, except for the fact that he did not pay enough attention to his son. Cheaper, there's no way. That sounds like you made that up. Mark Doherty, Cheaper Peepers. Mark Doherty is Mark Doherty, president of Cheaper Peepers. Well, that's wholesome as all shit. So discount glasses. There he is. He's got 10,000 followers. Do we have any cheaper Peepers info? See, like he just looks like a wholesome guy. Just looks like a normal guy with a normal family. He just raised a demon spawn. It happens. Sometimes you shoot out a load that should have been swallowed. It doesn't get swallowed, and then you have to deal with the consequences. So wait a minute. Your dad runs a discount. So your dad's whole thing is helping people who can't afford glasses get cheaper glasses. How do you end up being this uber douche who flexes your $250,000 watch to the cops as they're busting you for having Adderall without a prescription? How does the apple fall that far from the tree? Is he embarrassed of what his dad does? Brady Machart says, let's put him out of business. No, there's gotta be a good guy in this story. And Jack Doherty, see, that's the internet in you. Is that you're like, yeah, let's destroy him. That's your brain not functioning, you goddamn Neanderthal. Use that higher brain. You need the Mark Dohertys of the world. But you also need moms of Jack Dohertys to be remarkably pro-choice and flexible in their morality. That's what you need. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says Long Island. He's Long Island garbage. Oh, really? So he's not like a Midwestern wholesome guy. He's just Long Island trash. Okay, well, maybe I changed my opinion a little bit. This Jeff Dye, have you heard about this guy? Now, I didn't know much about him. I'm not familiar. I thought he was some kind of like Midler in New York, the Midler on the roof. Well, Jeff Dye's a guy. He's a guy who does stand-up. He's apparently very successful. He was on Rogan recently. And something happened. And, the thing about these comedians is it's wild. Like, I came from radio. And in radio, you develop a very thick skin because you're in front of your audience every day. We kind of revolutionized simulcasting your radio show on live streaming and interacting with your audience. That was something that Steel Toe kind of brought to the table. And I don't think radio's jumped on it enough. I think that business is very salvageable. I just don't think they're trying. But I became very thick-skinned that way. I think that's why a lot of people who just hate Steel Toe with a passion, part of the reason they hate so much is because I don't give them the reaction they want. I kind of just tease and taunt and whatever. That's because I'm not trying to shit on those people. That's how my audience has always been to me. We've always just kind of poked fun at each other and made fun of each other, and haters tend to be a little more sensitive than the people who love you. So they don't take it as well. Jeff Dye, the thing about these comedians, especially Rogan comedians, is that, I mean, they don't take anything well at all, like any mild criticism. There is no way that Kyle from the Saison Z channel should be able to get to Jeff Dye. There's no way that people on Twitter with like 10 followers and an avatar of a beaver should be able to get to Jeff Dye. But he got so much shit for this GoFundMe thing that he removed it. Some people are saying that Jeff Dye was starting a GoFundMe so he could grift off his audience and move to Texas and join the Rogan sphere. Now, you want to talk about buying high. Moving to the Rogan sphere area right now is cooked, man. It's a terrible idea because that whole thing has kind of crested. I'm not saying they're dead. I'm not saying it's over. I'm saying the time to move to Austin to be one of Rogan's butt buddies was like 2021, 2022. It's not 2025. Everybody's ripping them to shreds. I'm sure they're still doing well. They're doing fine. But the PR behind them is not great right now. So this Jeff Dye starts a GoFundMe. Now, me personally, I think GoFundMes should be reserved for families who have kids with cancer, loved ones with cancer, and they got a lot of bills they're not going to be able to pay. I think Carl is a chicken shit coward. And anybody who's being sued, I don't know if Shuli is or not, but if you start a GoFundMe for, hey, we bullied this guy and left him no resort but to sue us, and now we're going to grift off we're going to beg our audience for more. These people are bigger beggars than I ever will be because we all got a goal. I'm just the only honest one who says this much and then stop. These guys, they're all just greedy bastards and they don't manage their money. They get sued and they hit up their audience for more. Look, I don't know if you know this. I've racked up a legal bill or two in my day. I didn't ask this audience for a dime. I took care of it myself. And they can too, because they don't have any. Well, I guess Shuli has a kid, I think. But Carl has no kids. He has no legacy. He has no future, nothing like that. He can pay for all this. I don't think insurance premiums go up because you have 2 club feet. So he can be fine. He doesn't need to be doing a GoFundMe. Jeff Dye doesn't need to be doing a GoFundMe. If you can't move your ass out to Austin to go live near Joe Rogan so you can suck his dick for sets at the mothership, you don't need a GoFundMe for it. You can save your money and move on your own. GoFundMe is for a kid who gets leukemia. GoFundMe is for, here's a good example. One of my friend's wives got breast cancer. And we all chipped into a GoFundMe. Because cancer is no matter what your deductible is, it's crazy expensive. All the follow-ups and the treatments and all that. It's not for a guy who goes, oh, I got a wild hair up my ass this morning. I want to move to Austin. Okay, do a few extra sets, buy some plane tickets, and go move to Austin. But this is Jeff Dye on Rogan talking about this GoFundMe. I thought this was a joke. People are telling me that this was 100% legit.
They want that in your life. It's like, no way. You know what it's like? It's like a muscle car. Like, muscle cars are great to drive, but you don't want to take them on a road trip.
Oh, dude, Shabby took me to. So I have a great Lakers hookup, right? I go to all the Lakers games, and I invited Brendan Schaub when we first became friends. I said, "You want to come to the Lakers game with me? You'll like it. We sit. We have great seats."
By the way, you guys can all be done attacking Brendan Schaub. By the way, I mean, Jesus, you talk about a dry udder. We get it. He sucks and he's a big dumb ape. All right. Oh, Brendan Schaub is a stupid guy. You're kind of a retard for even pointing it out anymore. But this guy does, I'll give you this. This guy does reek of desperation right off the jump.
We'll meet the owner. It'll be great. So that's what my only kind of flex, that I can bring people to these kind of things. I don't have a lot to offer, but I can offer that. So he's like, yeah, I'll pick you up. And he comes to my house. Brandon Schaub comes to my house like in a race car. I mean, this thing it's got the big spoiler on the back. Also, we're both big guys. I'm 6'4". I don't know how tall he is, but he's taller than me. And we're in this tiny thing in traffic on the 101.
Can you imagine how much you're overcompensating? You talk about small dick syndrome. If you're like, I'm 6'3". I shouldn't be driving a little sports car. At 6'3", you're too goddamn tall to be driving a sports car. You look like a weirdo. You look like a creep. A guy over 6 feet driving some teensy-weensy little sports car looks like a guy who's overcompensating for a small cock. I mean, Jesus Christ. Just drive a grown-up car, please. I mean, what are you, 19? And you saved up enough money from your summertime job that you could buy your little used sports car? Stop it.
Went to a Lakers game.
What did John Travolta say in Be Cool? If you're important, people will wait for you.
And we can barely talk. We're both talkers, you know? And it's like, the whole time. And I was just sitting, like, halfway through the drive, even though we were, like, new friends at the time, I'm like, what made you pick this car? You have other cars. And he goes, well, you're like a little kid, and my son loves this car, so I picked it because of you.
You're like a little kid.
Yeah.
I now imagine a car ride between Jeff Dye and Brendan Schaub. And I'm just thinking, if you're going to be in the back seat of that car, just bring a cyanide capsule with. And if the urge gets too strong, don't fight it. Just bite down. It'll be over momentarily. I just watched a documentary on Heinrich Himmler because, of course, I did. It only took him 11 minutes to die from the cyanide capsule. You'll be fine.
That's hilarious.
And he was right, because when he pulled up, I was like, oh, this is awesome. But then I got in and I was like, bro, we're not built for this thing. It's tiny.
Bro. Oh, I tell you. Don't you love it when a guy goes on the most popular podcast in the world and it could have been an email? That's great. Bless Jeff Dye. He sweats insecurity, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's not like your analogy. Like, that's not a day-to-day.
This is a guy who he gets on Rogan one time and he's like, no matter what, I have to hit a home run.
That's not a road trip car. You want to be in a Cadillac. You know, to be something that's quiet and real smooth and handles bumps well.
Exactly.
Like a person.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone
like you
comfortable.
You want a one-night stand, you want a muscle car. Right. You want a long-term relationship.
Joe's heart isn't in this anymore. Joe just wants to smoke cigars and go talk on his back deck with people. I think he ought to do that. I think look, man, I think Joe Rogan has had an amazing run. To make the kind of money he's made and still be able to get off your ass and do a show, that shows a level of dedication. Joe Rogan deserves a lot of credit, and he's accomplished a lot, and he revolutionized broadcasting, and I think he should be acknowledged for that. But I rarely watch anymore, but I watched the Billy Bob Thornton episode because I love Landman. I love Billy Bob. I've watched clips from this one. Joe barely listens. Joe doesn't give a shit. Joe's just killing time in his day. I mean, look at the booking. Jeff Dye? Really?
You should get a Lexus.
After immense backlash, I would think my video had a lot to do with that. Pathetic loser Jeff Dye.
I didn't know that was his I didn't know that was his moniker, what he did for a living. Pathetic loser Jeff Dye. People who can monetize that, I mean, pathetic loser. How do you monetize? I guess nobody likes on. Yeah, that might be it.
Took down his GoFundMe.
Don't freak out.
Jeff Dye started a GoFundMe to move from California to Texas so he can join the Rogan sphere, and he was asking for $26,000.
Now that's fucking insane. He tried to play this off like it was a joke. He's like, oh, I was doing a Gavin Newsom sucks kind of a thing. I was doing a politics joke. No, you weren't. If you would have, that's only because you got called out. If you would have made the 26 grand, you would have taken it and you would have ski-daddled off to Austin to go try to suck off Rogan. I don't like this guy. This guy's a boob.
And I think he got like $200 in donations.
Nice.
But
hit the goal.
After the backlash, he took it down and he addressed the backlash and gave a reason. So let's go through this. Regarding my GoFundMe post, I thought it'd be funny and rich guys would make big donations and we'd all be like, haha, Gavin Newsom sucks. Welcome to Texas.
How did this guy get famous? How did this guy become a thing? Is he Jewish? Is he somebody's nephew? Because it ain't from being funny. I watched him on Rogan. That car story sucked ass if that was your cousin telling it to you. And you had no expectation of them being entertaining whatsoever. You'd still hate it and you'd despise him for wasting your time. And now with this, my GoFundMe post, guys, it was going to be so funny. It'd be like, Gavin Newsom sucks. Am I right? Yeah, that's what the Rogan sphere needs. More right-wing comedy.
I was wrong. Instead, a bunch of loonies online went apeshit and lost their mind.
You don't get to call people who see a rich comedian grifting off people so he can move to be closer to Joe Rogan, which is psychotic, by the way, and go, loonies online went apeshit and lost their minds. No, a lot of people thought it was really shitty for you to be asking for $26,000 to move. It's like asking for thousands of dollars to fight some lawsuit that you talked yourself into. Also a bitch move. So yeah, all these guys, they just, look, I hate that I have a goal every day. I do. But I say, this is the amount, we hit it, stop. These other people, the Jeffs and Carls of the world, they treat their audience like they're a fucking ATM machine, and it's despicable. And then they have the nerve to criticize the way I do business. I'm way more honest than any of these assholes.
Since it seemed overwhelmingly negative, I took the L and removed the GoFundMe. Refunded everyone. For the record, this made me more conservative after seeing the groups it triggered.
You do no. You don't get to now go, oh, no, I triggered people. I was triggering them. See, no. That's not what you were doing. You were not triggering anybody. You tried to do some weird, creepy stalker Texas grift. You got called out for it. And now you're dealing with the fallout. Oh, no, but it's all the libtard. See, I was just triggering the libtards. That's all I was doing. I wish he would have hit the 26,000. I wish Jeff Dye would have hit the 26K, because if he would have, it would be interesting to see if he would have given it all back and then go, guys, I was just doing a Gavin Newsom thing. I doubt it. He would have kept it. He would have moved to Texas. And God, Joe Rogan is so lucky Jeff Dye isn't moving, because his phone would be blowing up. What are you doing today, Joe? Oh, Joe, you remember that sports car story I told you? You want to go ride in a sports car? Oh, Jeff Dye. I hope people remember him, and I hope they hate him, because he seems, I'll tell you, I'll give Jeff Dye one big compliment. He seems remarkably easy to hate. And that's a gift in and of itself. What do you think, numero uno? Let me know if I got that right. A Tim Pool, like he does these live debates now where he brings on like two people from each side and they scream at each other in a bar.
Oh, I was about to say, he actually debates people? Oh,
Dude.
no. You mean he sits in the middle between two sides? Wow.
Bro, this was such a shit show. I mean, it was a disaster from start to finish. Tim Pool had Alex Stein, and Alex was trying to keep this thing on the rails. Dude, you had people, you know when like you're doing a live event in a bar and nobody fucking cares because they're at a bar and they want to have fun, so they're talking?
Right. Nobody signed up for your fucking open mic. I got you.
Tim Pool and Alex Stein are like yelling at people like, shut the fuck up, quit talking. Like they're being dicks about it. And it's like, hey, dude, it sounds like you're at a bar. These people don't want to listen to this gay debate. They were having this gay debate about like OnlyFans and modern dating. And like Tim Pool is doing this new thing where he's become friends with Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit, who, by the way, please, I'm not telling you guys who to like and who not to like normally. If you like this Myron Gaines, you're a fucking retard. I mean, you are beyond stupid. This manosphere shit, guys, this is small dick, single guy energy. This is angry at the world, angry at dating, angry at women. And they're projecting that onto the rest of you and just basically telling you to be what they are. They just don't want to be alone. But Tim Pool has this weird thing where he has no spine or backbone, and he fits into whatever container you pour him into. And now he hangs out with this Myron Gaines guy. So now Tim's like a badass men rights activist dude. And if you ever want to see a guy jump into a pair of pants that don't fit him right at all, Tim Pool trying to be the man's manosphere guy is, oh my God.
I'm picturing like somebody's pug like barking at a really, really big dog. Like that's what I think of Tim Pool being like alpha male manosphere guy. Just, like you're a little tiny dude.
I could pick a random spot in this. It's dating in the modern age. It came out this weekend. He had this Brian Shapiro, who's a liberal Jewish guy, and he's unbearable too. Like, he's really awful. He was simped to the extreme in this whole thing. But he did call Myron Gaines out for a few things. Alex shouldn't have been involved with this. Like, Alex was like way too good for any of this bullshit. Like, they had some OnlyFans chick, Farah Khalidi or something. They had some older, homelier woman in there, and they had this Brian Shapiro. And then on the right, they had Alex Stein and Myron Gaines. And Myron, if you can't see through this fresh and fit guy, if you can't see through this Myron Gaines that he's completely full of shit, then we're toast, because you don't have enough brain cells to get. I don't know how you feed yourself. This Myron Gaines is so full of shit and so trying to be the thing that he's projecting to be that it's wildly uncomfortable to watch. And Alex, you could tell Alex was just not into this. And Alex was like trying to get people to be more interesting, trying to get people to argue with each other, trying to keep things on track. Mm-hmm. Watching Tim Pool yell and try to be like alpha. Oh, I just want to play. I could jump to
women. One of the things that women absolutely love are these TV shows where strangers get married. I'm for it. So yes. All right. Thank you, Clayton. All right, guys.
Tim, during this whole thing, Tim's trying to break down the ladies, and Tim's trying to philosophize on relationships and shit like that. Tim Pool, a guy who prematurely ejaculated into the first woman who touched his penis and got her pregnant. Watch him try. This whole thing was like 2 hours of Tim Pool trying to impress Myron. Like, after Tim Pool said anything, I expect him to go, right, Myron? Right, Myron? Did I say it right, Myron? Right?
Oh, dear Lord.
Tim Pool.
It's also really hard to take alpha male vibes from somebody who's so insecure they cover their head with that beanie all the time.
Tim Pool is insecure, over-projecting, unfunny. He's really the Carl Heberger of the manosphere.
Watching porn while you're dating. Totally get it. And how many of the people are paying you are in relationships?
One study found that 89%.
Oh, yeah, here's the other thing. He was trying to make the point that people who watch porn are cheating. And I get that. I understand it. And porn is really bad. Porn is really bad for you. It's bad for your relationship. It's bad for all that. But then you naturally just have these guys who go way too far with it, and they bring this OnlyFans girl on there to yell at her and say she's ruining marriages, and her being on OnlyFans, and all these guys, she should ban, they were trying to say, why don't you ban married men for subscribing to your OnlyFans? It's like,
she doesn't look into them like that.
Right, she can't.
It's a very one-way relationship where the person who's very fixated, has all the details, all that shit, is the guy paying. And by the way, if she's not doing it, somebody else is going to. That guy's going to go down. There's a problem with the guy that needs to go have the porn relationship in his marriage.
Isn't that
you need to
wild?
Address that issue.
Isn't that wild where you go, well, we should just ban pornography? It's like, or just don't look at. That's like you have an alcoholic, and the alcoholic goes, well, you guys got to get rid of all alcohol because I can't control myself. It's like, no.
Yeah, that's a you problem.
You stay away from it. You stop watching it. They brought this woman on as like, you're the reason. Well, if nobody watches her, she'll go do something else. Right now, this is an easy way for her to make money.
Percent of OnlyFans subscribers are married men.
So you are outright saying, fuck those men. It's what they're doing is bad, and I will supply them with an immoral thing. Because they
see, Tim gets too aggro, like he's putting on a character. Right, Myron?
You were spanking to her right before the show, dude.
What do you think that beanie's for? Just to cover up his bald head? No, it's good for catching his jizz when he's whacking off to this OnlyFans chick. But Tim has this over-aggressive energy, and it's because he's being somebody that isn't him. Tim is an insecure, mild-mannered skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. He's not this. And he started talking to Myron Gaines. And now because he started hanging out with him, he wants to impress Myron, which I can't think of anything gayer.
I want to know who he's sitting next to because he looks so small by comparison.
It's Stein.
Oh, well,
Stein's a big dude. Stein's
a big dude.
6'4", 260 or something like that. Sorry if I called you fat.
I don't think the morality of the product speaks to the type of customer bases who uses it against their partner's wishes.
You don't want your boyfriend to do it, but you don't care if other people do it.
To me, it's as cowardly as the guy who blames cheating on like alcohol and saying like, it wasn't my fault, I was drunk. We love to blame we love to blame the mistress. At the end of the day, I'm not responsible. The people who make rated R movies, the people who make rated R movies aren't responsible ethically for the types of underage kids who sneak into them.
Dude, that's a great point.
Right.
That's a great point. I mean, these manosphere guys like who yell at her, it's like, guys, if you don't like the shit, A,
then
don't watch it. B, tell the boys that follow you not to watch it also. Like, you could do something good with this position you have. Instead, you're the Myrons and Tim Pools are so insecure. No, we'll just call her a whore. It's like,
right, you can do that, but you could also, again, like, just not.
Yeah.
Like, I've supported 0 OnlyFans girls. It was really simple. I just never go to OnlyFans. I don't do.
It's easy to
I don't do porn. I don't do OnlyFans. It's really easy.
Right? So I'm not making it for married people. If they want to transgress the boundaries of their relationships and be adulterers, why does that speak to me? Does it speak to the person who makes horror movies if a bunch of minors sneak in?
Will you pledge? Oh, this is some gay shit Tim always does too. He makes up these weird agreements like it's some kind of petition. And he's like, will you pledge? Like, he's got these gotchas where he's like, will you pledge? And then he comes up with this insane thing. And then when they go, no, that's fucking gay. I don't need to pledge to you. Who the fuck are you, Beanie Man? And then he goes,
to stop wearing that stupid watch.
And he goes, oh, well, now I got you because you wouldn't pledge to this bullshit I made up 5 seconds ago.
Speak to the.
I will answer your question. Will you pledge right now to ban every married man from your OnlyFans? Fucking do it!
By the way, how is that even enforceable?
You are a hypocrite and a liar.
This is what I mean. Like, what are you screaming at, dude? I want Myron to be my friend. Like, if we could put like a translator on him for what he actually meant, this would be, I want Myron to think I'm cool. And I want him to play skateboards with me and shower with me afterwards. You bitch.
I want him to watch my band videos and say that my band is awesome and we should have a record deal.
I hate Sam Cedar. Wait, what? Stop.
Hypocritical. It was more, say hypocritical.
You publicly say to everybody, people shouldn't do this, but I will sell them the fucking drug.
Do you think
Tim, you're turning red.
people who come onto my OnlyFans are leading by saying, hi, this is my, like, this is who I'm a father to, this is who I'm married to? How the fuck would I know?
Yeah, she thinks all these people, Tim thinks these guys subscribe and they go, here's a picture of my family. This is
she doesn't talk to them individually. Like, there's no way to do this, even if she agreed to it. It's the stupidest premise ever.
Tim,
how do you enforce this?
Tim, you think after an 8-hour day of shoving double dongs in her pussy and anal beads in her asshole, she wants to talk to these fucking cretins? No, because they all look like you. they're all you, Tim. She doesn't want to talk to them.
She just threw her back out taking a butthole shot. She does not want to speak to these fuckers.
What you do right now is you say on your OnlyFans, if you are married, unfucking subscribe right now because it's immoral and you're wrong.
That's right. Hey, listen. If you're a convenience store and you sell cigarettes, you yell at all the cigarette smokers and call them gay F words. What? What are you fucking talking about, Tim? How about just don't smoke? Don't drink. Don't watch OnlyFans. Don't do any of this shit. These MRA guys, you have a problem with self-control. You have a problem with not doing the shit. And also, these guys also like to grift as libertarians also. Do what you want as long as you're not hurting anybody else, blah, blah, blah. But the minute they can yell at a hoe because they want Myron to like them, which I can't think of anything sadder. Besides, I hope Myron Gaines goes home and laughs at all these guys going, they actually believe that I believe this shit. I'm just trying to fucking rile people up. I'm trolling. And Tim Pool is like, he watches Tim Pool nearly have a stroke yelling at this Mia Khalifa wannabe. And then Myron Gaines goes, I can't believe they actually think I think this shit. I sound insane up there. Like, Myron tries to ratchet it up every time where he's like, they still think that I'm being serious. This is difficult.
They still think this is, I'm running out of levels.
I can't extricate myself from this. He's like Donnie Brasco. He's in too deep. They got to pull him out at some point.
Social media platform to telling men to stop cheating on their wives, to stop watching porn while they're in a relationship. So yes, I make it very clear that clearly this is not a place to come on.
You'll take their money.
Oxymoron.
89%.
Again,
Wait,
Yeah.
how can you not see that it's an oxymoron, the fact that you basically are against porn in a relationship, yet you know that the majority of your customers are in a marriage, not even dating. But
So
they're
should
married.
I be against Bumble because a lot of married men keep active profiles to cheat on their wives? Should I be against bars because a lot of adults?
Man, I think all that's bad. But anyway, go watch that. It's embarrassing because it's a lofty subject. It's a lofty topic to debate. And that stage is full of people who are just not intellectually qualified to be having the discussion. That Brian, you'll get to that Brian Shapiro, and it's just like he calls Myron Gaines out, and he's good for that. But then he starts talking about his shit. And it's like, dude, you're white knighting too hard. Like, get up off your bended knee, brother. This is embarrassing. But like, Tim Pool wants to be known as the debate guy. But if brains were gasoline, he wouldn't have enough to power a toy train around the outside of a penny. Thank you, Rugrats. And he wants to have these heady conversations. This is all an elaborate scheme by Tim Pool to date Myron Gaines. Like, he just wants Myron to whisper into his ear, "I'm ready for you, Tim," after one of these debates, and now everyone else, it has to ruin their Friday night.
Oh,
it's you know what I do appreciate about Tim Pool, though?
What's that?
He keeps finding new ways to get me to hate him.
And I'll say this: he's gone from fence post sitting to, well,
no, still accurate for different reasons. Nomo says they love ganging up on women, not banging them. Yeah, right. He always like this. The performative anger of Tim Pool is wild to me. Like, he's like, yeah, people are going to think I'm a guy's guy and I'm really giving it to people. No, he's just kind of a crazy dude in a beanie overcompensating. Professor Tie-Dye with $1 says, if you didn't know Myron is gay, he has a white boyfriend. His persona is all grift. Well, in this, they said his girlfriend just broke up with him. So, I don't know.
He did look freshly shaved.
Joey Caravello with $2 says, that woman should just be pinned down and filled with my seed. This is all. Well, that's professional. Joey Caravello, ladies and gentlemen. Christopher with $5 says, finally used my Stoney's gift certificate, and Stoney's was fantastic. Took part in the meat raffle. Let me tell you something. If there's one thing that Central Minnesota goes ape for, it's a
good meat raffle.
It's a goddamn meat raffle. I'll tell you that much. Thank you very much to Christopher for the $5. All right, guys. The number is 155. Keep it going. Don't trip up like we usually do at this time. $5 from Veldrain. Thank you, guys. Keep this ride going. I appreciate it. Get to 100 by 9:30, and we're looking aces. Gift those 10 memberships for 400, and I go to 11 o'clock today. And also, we have no membership expirations on Rumble this week. So
nice.
Fucking go to town. Tim Pool of the Manosphere start at 20 seconds. All right, that puts us at 150. Keep it rolling. Keep it going, guys. And let's do it. Let's get another. Let's start the week with a win for the toe. All right, Tim Pool. I hope this really is Tim Pool and not just some clip that's going to get us demonetized, please. This is Tim Pool. Oh, it's just two dogs. All right, well, let's see if it works. Tim Pool in the Manosphere. Cross your fingers. Holy shit. Oh. All right, it picked up at the end.
It got better.
It was kind of forced, but I'm just glad it picked up because I don't know about you, I was starting to get warm.
I was worried there when the dogs started barking. Like, this is all we got? Just a little tiny dog barking? Like, I get he's a little dog. I get you. Cat saved it.
Sam Show says that's Dave Portnoy. Yeah, that works too. That's definitely Dave Portnoy. So 150 away, guys. Keep hitting it. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. I know that this is looking good. I know 150 is looking good. I just know what the trend is this time of day. So I'm just asking you guys to stay on top of it. Thank you very much. And keep her moving. What are we sitting at? 668. Hot shit. Keep it moving, boys and girls. Rumble, YouTube, you guys, thumbs up. Just keep fucking hitting the like button, for Christ's sake.
Especially over on YouTube.
YouTube, everywhere. You should be hitting like, showing your appreciation, getting this show to grow. Numbers look good today. We appreciate it. You were pushing 7. We didn't quite get there. But you, as I always say, 6s are good for me. All right, let's $4.99 from Red Fox Mad. Says, open a checking and savings account at Blaze Credit Union and help support an amazing credit union. I thank you, Red Fox Mad.
Okay.
Red Fox Mad wants you all to know that the place to be
is Blaze Credit Union.
Blaze Credit Union. I want to go to this. You know, I know some of you are going to hate this. And I will admit that once in a while I see something on Twitter and it pulls me in and I go, I know this is stupid. I know these people are beneath me and they're retarded and they're pale, pasty, don't go outside, bottom feeding dog shit people. But sometimes these guys step on rakes and they step on each other's rakes and they step on the rake that somebody else just stepped on. I mean, there's something about that Dabbleverse that you just watch how depressing these people are. And it's hard not to gloat as I sit here above it all, not part of it, them wanting to drag me in and me just floating above, poking holes in their bubble. But this is getting good. So Shuli, the guy who kept trying to climb the ladder at Howard Stern but kept getting knocked down. I mean, do you know how fucking shitty you have to be at comedy that Howard Stern won't give a Jew a break? Jesus Christ. So airport baggage handler Shuli, I'm just going by the job he's been the most successful and well-performing at. He got his channel struck because I guess he was doing some transphobic stuff about this woman, Ava, who I keep seeing. She's this trans woman who likes Keanu. I guess she works with Stuttering John. By the way, if you're still doing Stuttering John stuff, dude, it's fucking over. All right? The shit you do with me is played out and you're pathetic and you got owned 2 Fridays ago if you're an anti-steel toe person. I mean, doing John is even more pathetic than that because that's a guy that's had more success than any of us in any kind of show business. So Shuli, they do something about this Ava chick. And, you know, those guys in the Dabbleverse, they've never met a woman they wouldn't call a whore or a slut or a piece of shit, get all red-faced about. So they go after this Ava chick and they do the woman stuff plus the trans stuff. Well, Ava had enough of it and she filed a thing to strike their channel and their channel got struck. So now they have to broadcast on Rumble, which, I mean, if Shuli wants to get in touch with me and he wants to get down on his knees and he wants to say, please, Mr. Toe, I want to get verified on Rumble. I want to become part of the creator program. Please, Miss Toe, please help a Jewish brother out. I mean, I'd consider helping him. I really would. As a member of the Rumble creator program myself, I can teach him my ways. Plus, it's free money. And I mean, is there anything more attractive than let's say one of our Hebrew friends than, you know, pennies on the sidewalk? So they get struck. And in his bitterness of getting struck, Shuli's now going to sue this Ava and John. I mean, you want to talk about a fucking Israeli move, getting butthurt and bitter because some trans lady is getting the best of you. So now you're going to sue him for a mild offense. I mean, that's really something. So to fill you in on this, what we're about to play, Shuli had a producer named Eso. And this guy, Eso, had a shitload of CSAM, as they call it, on his computer. A lot of people believe that Shuli knew about this or that Eso, there may have been a way where Eso in his communications with Shuli, maybe somehow some of this stuff got on Shuli's computer. Not saying he sought it out, anything like that. But when you're dealing with a guy who has a shitload of CSAM on his computer, who knows what he may have accidentally put in there, especially if he was using your servers and using your accounts and things like that. We have no idea. So Shuli's very sensitive about that. As a matter of fact, a few months ago, when I defended him because Shuli picks on Steel Toe once in a while when he's going broke, when he needs some money. So a while back, because I'm a genuine guy, I said, I don't think Shuli had anything to do with this. I don't think Shuli knew about this ESO guy. I think sometimes people can hide in plain sight. Shuli sent me a DM. Oh, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate your words so much. And then probably the next day was like, I don't like Steel Toe. He's a piece of shit. Here's a clip. That's why I don't really take Shuli seriously and I bust his balls. He's a giant phony who just really fears not being able to get his parasocial fix on the internet. And he's also one of these guys like Carl who is petrified of the L's he takes. So he had to take his Yiddish revenge out on this Ava. Now, if you don't know this, Stuttering John is suing Shuli and Carl because Shuli and Carl they've engaged in a 3 or 4 year long harassment campaign. I mean, John is well within his rights to try and take this issue to court. I mean, it is a little ridiculous. They've been using his name to make money. They've been harassing the guy in real life, on the podcasts, whatever. I mean, it's pathetic. It really is sad. It's really, I think it's sad to have to glom onto anyone to make a buck, but they've been doing it to this guy long enough. And finally, he flicked him off his shoulder. He's like, fuck you, I'm taking you to court. And they got to pay all these legal fees. Now, I know a thing or two about legal fees. I pay mine. You guys are generous. You donate to this show. I get to do this show for a living. I appreciate you to the end of the earth. I think the most disgusting thing I could do is, because of my own behavior, ask you to pay extra bills of mine that I incur on my own. I think that's pathetic. I think it's shitty. Not only did this Shuli, and I don't know about Carl, but if he did it too, I mean, him being a worm wouldn't surprise me, a little club-footed earthworm. But Shuli started a GoFundMe. So not only does his audience pay his mortgage, pay his bills, pay his rent, pay his whatever, now he's asking them, hey, you know this guy I've been talking a bunch of shit about and harassing his live shows and trying to get his comedy shows canceled and sending people to bother him and shit? Yeah, that guy's suing me. I fucked around. I found out, but I don't want to dig into my pocket to pay for it. So you guys pay for my fuck around and find out. Now, look, is it shitty and greedy to ask? Sure. But if you've got enough double-digit IQ retards in your audience whose family trees don't fork who will actually pay it, hey, that's how it goes. But now consider this. He's talking about suing this Ava. And since money is fungible, it is not a stretch to say this motherfucker is taking his audience's money and using it to sue other people in case he loses this other lawsuit to John so he can cover his ass. I mean, this is some real Zionist magic right here. Let's go ahead and play this. Then we'll play the clip he's talking about, and we'll see what we've got.
And JoJo, before we start the show.
Oh, yeah, by the way, he's going to read an official legal notification. He's going to do like a Sonny Hostin thing now. Again, it's a very, it's a tribe thing to do.
I just want to say something. Sadly, I must have...
Shuli, go outside a little bit. You are... All these guys, all these guys streaming and shit, they're so fucking see-through, translucent. I mean, vitamin D lacking motherfuckers. Oh my God. Guys, you're gross. And that's coming from me.
Address some very serious and defamatory statements made against me on the Stuttering John podcast last night.
Motherfucker, you do not get to defame and shit all over another guy for 4 years and then wah, wah, wah. I was defamed. Oh, but my reputation. Didn't you guys, wasn't your job weighing another man's shit for a living? And now you're going to now say that your reputation has been besmirched? You've been sniffing Stuttering John's asshole in order to keep your family with a roof over their head for the last 4 years. And you're going to say, your reputation. I mean, there's women doing scat porn on OnlyFans who probably get invited to more shit than you do.
While he and his guest, Ava Riza, were talking about me, Miss Riza said, I hope the FBI searches Shuli's computer because I guarantee you there's child porn.
Now, he cuts off the statement right there. We're going to play the clip. There's more to it. I don't know how much it matters, though. But at the same time, Loaded Wrench calling that, what's his name? Tom Senhauser. Says Tim Pool looking ass. Beautiful. Thank you for the $2. 1550 from Gray Duckling. He says for the parking violation. Yes. Oh, pay my parking tickets. I got a speeding ticket the other day. I'm going to start a GoFundMe. Save your fucking shekels, stupid, and pay your lawyer bills. So he goes on and he said, oh my God, oh, the horror, another show. This girl said mean things about me. Meanwhile, they've been calling Keanu a whore. They've been calling this chick, all kinds of trans stuff, saying they're going to do all kinds of things. I'm sorry, but this is cry bully bullshit. And by the way, don't get me wrong. I'm glad I'm not in this world. This is the Dabbleverse personified. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. Ow, he hit me. Why did you hit me? I don't understand what I ever did to you. Oh, all kinds of pathetic, but I'm enjoying it.
Isa concurred and followed up by saying, that guy, referring to me, is a child molester.
Now, see, that's a problem. It's fun to laugh at Shuli and him stepping on. I love that it says the rake, and these guys step on rakes as much as John does. Enjoy your week on Rumble, by the way. I love it here. You can't call people child molesters if they haven't molested a child. Now, this is the great difference between why do people throw around the word pedophile? Sorry, YouTube. So much at each other. Well, because pedophile is someone who is attracted to children. Like, let's say you were to make horrific songs or make sexual threats at young people, at children, it would be totally fine to say, that guy's a pedophile. Because he's shown a sexual attraction to children for years. Totally fine to say. To say that someone's a child molester, this is where Shuli, look, I'm a fair guy. I'll make fun of Shuli all day. But I'll be fair where he's right. Can't call Shuli a child molester, and then you've got proof that he did that. I don't know what Ava knows, but based on what I know, I don't think this guy. I mean, is he a creepy Jew fuck? Yeah, he's a creepy Jew fuck, but he's not a child molester, So I don't think you can be saying shit like that. Now, the argument is, if this guy files a lawsuit, how damaging is that to his reputation? You got to consider this guy's right-hand man had a shitload of CSAM on his computer, and he's currently serving time in prison. Shuli associated with him for years and years. A lot of people online, whether they're right or they're wrong, already think this guy was in on it or knew about it. Now, I don't think, I'm not on that side, but there's a lot of people who already think that. For a living, he weighed another man's shit. Did Shuli have the kind of reputation that could be lowered by something like this? Not very much. I mean, being involved in that world, I don't know how he values his reputation, but it ain't much.
And were said with the intent to seriously hurt me. My family, my friends.
He hurt me, hurt my feelings.
And to permanently destroy my reputation and career. While my family and close friends know these statements are malicious lies, many others have no idea whether these statements are true. When
you understand, there's a lot of people who watch you every day, though, who already think this about you. And again, I don't think they're right. I don't think they're correct. There's a lot of people out there who already think this of you before she ever said anything. Now, I don't think anybody should be saying definitive statements like that, but we're going to play the clip in a second, and it's not quite as cut and dry as Shuli's making it sound. I think this is Shuli getting that strike from YouTube, and that panics him. The lawsuit from Stuttering John. I mean, again, Shuli's been taking a lot of L's lately. Everybody in that anti-steel toe world's been taking them since that phone call. I think he's panicked about the strike. He's panicked about this Ava getting the better of him. And all these guys in the Dabbleverse, for some reason, care what the internet thinks about him. And that's a dead end because they're fickle. And so now he's going to do that. I don't think he's going to do a goddamn thing in terms of lawsuits. I think he's trying to scare this Ava off so that while he's being sued by John, these people can't hold him down and beat the fuck out of him.
Someone says everyone knows this is true, people are more inclined to believe the lie, making the harm that much greater. And that's why Miss Riza said it that way. We have turned the matter over to our attorneys and are letting you guys know that we are going forward with a lawsuit for defamation.
But did they defame you? I mean, you're a bottom feeder, dude. No offense. We all are. We're all on the internet. We're all bottom feeders. They didn't defame you. People already think you're wrapped up in some weird shit because of ESO. And here's the other thing. You sue her, there's going to be a thing called discovery. What if they go through your computer and look, I mean, none of this stuff goes away forever. What if ESO did fuck you over, dude? What if you, I would guarantee if ESO did anything with your servers or your computers or your accounts, you didn't know about it. I do 1000% I believe you wouldn't have known about it. But what if he did? Like I don't think it's a smart road to go down. I don't think you're going to get a dime. Just like I don't think John's going to get a dime out of Shuli and Carl, but it's going to run up legal bills. But you're going to pay a lawyer unless you got a friend. And I don't think you're going to get very much out of these people. I really don't. I mean, unless your reputation, unless you've been given to cancer research and a bunch of other shit by the tens of thousands every year that we didn't know about, unless they've got a Shuli Egar day in your hometown, I don't know. Your reputation really isn't worth shit. But you chose this life. It's kind of on you. So now let's go to what was actually said, and let's see how close this was. And I apologize. I am enjoying watching these people all eat each other. I think it's wonderful. Shit Show with 199 says, Shuli stinks. Your impression is excellent. I have a confession to make, Shit Show. I'm just being anti-Semitic. Shit Show with 199 says, you call NLO a pedophile all the time, dude. Right. If you show an attraction to minors, which he has for years now, he's said it many times. We've documented proof. It'll be documented proof in court. Then yes. You can say, if you have a reasonable reason, if one can have a reasonable belief that someone is attracted to children, pedophilia is an attraction to children. And in my opinion, you do shit like that enough, I don't care who you are, you're attracted to kids. You say it. I mean, when people show you who they are, believe them. Shit Show, I know you're probably a fan of that. I apologize. That's got to be real hard to reconcile, but maybe you have to start thinking, like a lot of the people who have been DMing me since that Mikey episode, maybe you have to get deprogrammed and learn that, hey, maybe this toe isn't that bad of a guy. I just kind of jumped on with a weird, retarded, autistic guy and his stalker friends. Possibility. Think about it. Get back to me later. So here's what this Ava and John said about Shuli. Now, remember, this is all in reference to a super chat referencing this ESO guy. Now, ESO is the guy who was arrested for CSAM. This is the actual thing that was said on John's program.
And I hope the FBI searches Shuli's computers because I guarantee you there's child porn.
Oh God, they're talking about my computer. They should search his.
So they should check that house out real quick because that guy is a child molester, in my opinion, allegedly.
Now, see, we always say that people need to learn the phrase allegedly or in my opinion. Here's the problem. Child molester's a tough one. First of all, the in my opinion and allegedly should be first. But when you're talking about something as concrete as child molester, I don't know if that covers it. You know, if you say this person's allegedly a murderer, who's alleging that they're a murderer? You can't just be the one to say it and then say it's alleged. In my opinion, this guy's a murderer. Maybe. In my opinion, this guy's a child molester. I don't know. Here's the problem. Shuli's reputation is dog piss. These people's reputation is dog piss. I mean, you've really got shit humans suing shit humans for defaming their character. I would make the argument none of them have character to begin with. So I think Shuli is stepping on a lot of rakes lately. I think he's scared of this lawsuit from John and not losing a bunch of money, but it costing him a lot of money to fight. I think he's upset that Ava did this YouTube suspension thing to him. And I think he's trying to rally the troops and make a little money off this. I mean, he's already grifted one GoFundMe from being sued by John, and now it seems he's taking the money from that GoFundMe, and he's going to fund another lawsuit. And I don't know, it just seems like really Netanyahu behavior is all I'm saying.
That's your opinion.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Everyone knows it. Everyone even
now. See, John said that's your opinion, so I think John's safe in all of this.
Is that how that works? Yeah. Everyone knows it. Everyone even that hates us in the chat, they all know that they secretly think that Shuli looks at kitty porn.
They all think that Shuli looks at kitty. They all think that. And again, here's where it gets tricky for Shuli. You were working in lockstep with a guy whose computer was loaded with that stuff, and he's in prison for it now, convicted. So a reasonable person could believe in their own mind. Again, I do not. I don't think Shuli had anything to do with any of the stuff that Esau was doing. But a reasonable person could have a suspicion that maybe you knew something, or maybe even, who knows how involved you were. That's what really sucks about being associated with a complete piece of shit like that. That's why they say, careful. Mind who your friends are. Invectum with 199 says Adam Bush is the worst of the Dabbleverse. Yeah, well, he's got that Jewish thing where they think they can read people and then they go on to comically be wrong about just about everybody. He's another guy who, if he's got to talk about Stuttering John, it's like, bro, this Stuttering John had more of a career than you did. I mean, you can say what you want, but he reached greater heights than you, so it kind of looks like jealousy that you're talking about him. So, I found that so fascinating. I really do. I find that whole thing really interesting. My Lost Interest says, just got here. We gone full Dabbleverse tonight. I will say this. I did get Michael Corleone. I did get pulled back in. Only because, hey, there's nobody better at analyzing this stuff than me, because I'm the most honest guy you're going to find. Everybody else has their little biases and their little clicks. Come to me for the straight shit. We bring it right to you. But when it comes to this is Shuli very upset that he's taking a lot of L's, that he's humiliated himself, and now he's trying to get some of his heat back. And we'll see. It might as well spend your fans' money, that's what he's doing. He's taking the GoFundMe money and he's funding another lawsuit. This is kind of like a guy getting deep in debt and he goes to the casino to try and make the money to pay the debt back. He's taking the money from the GoFundMe to pay for the lawsuit that Stuttering John put on him. And he's like, you know what I'll do? I'll take the money from the GoFundMe. I'll hire a lawyer. I'll sue John and Ava. I'll get a nice settlement out of them. And then I'll pay the lawyers for the John lawsuit. And none of the people who gave to the GoFundMe will be any of the wiser. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. That's like going to the casino, putting it all on black. There's old D-Wayne again. Let's get into the Theo Von, Joe Rogan thing. Toad Climbs Mountain says, yeah, Black Rabbit's a good show. Mob Shark Restaurant. No, not Mob Shark. It's Mob Loan Shark. They take it over. It's a whole thing. Bateman's a fuck up. You know what it reminds me of? Jude Law in that movie reminds me of Mike McDermott in Rounders, and Jason Bateman in that movie reminds me of Worm. It's not too dissimilar. Only they're brothers. All right, let's get into some other shit. Let's get into this Theo Von, Joe Rogan stuff. It's so sad. I watched a Too Lazy to Try video on this today, and that's what caused me to look this up. Go check out Too Lazy to Try on YouTube. I don't think he's on Rumble. But he put out a video saying that, Theo Von made Joe Rogan uncomfortable during their podcast, and Theo went too deep into conspiracies and attacked some of Rogan's guys, and Rogan didn't like it. And I love Too Lazy to Try, but one thing he definitely does is live on the internet too much, and he overreads like social cues. Like he'll see a little thing and go, well, you can tell now that he totally hates his fucking guts and hopes he dies. And it's like, all right, dude, calm down. He twitched his neck to the left a little bit. Relax. But for the most part, I think he brings up some really interesting stuff, and he's got a lot of fascinating things to say about it. Theo went on Rogan's show, and I will say that I noticed this. We got a few clips for you to show you. Rogan has really backed off. He's either really backed off all the conspiracy stuff a lot because he's interviewing Trump and Peter Thiel likes him and Elon Musk likes him, or Rogan has bred this new generation of comics who are conspiracy theorists and who think for themselves and come up with shit that they've kind of gone farther than him. Did Rogan change and he moved towards the center? Or did everyone else go past him in terms of conspiracies and he stood still, but it looks like he changed? Let's go to these clips of he and Theo Vaughn, and you can tell me what you think. This one is Theo Vaughn defending Representative Thomas Massey, and I got a little weirded out by this one with Joe. I got a bad vibe from Joe because it seemed like Joe talks to certain people of certain political stripes, and they don't like outsiders like Massey, so that, you know, this is the problem. You can live in a bubble. Bill Maher was busting Patton Oswalt's balls about this, and you know, we got a clip of it up on YouTube right now. You can check it out, our Bill Maher Patton Oswalt thing. Hit like on it. But Bill Maher and Patton Oswalt were talking about how people can be in the bubble, and when people are in the bubble, nothing gets through. And if nothing gets through, how are you supposed to know what's really going on? You just sit in your bubble and you think that's the way life is. This is how I feel Joe Rogan gets with his buddies when it comes to guys like Thomas Massey, because there's a lot of guys out there that like Thomas Massey.
Yeah, I don't know if I have people that's that dangerous. Maybe Thomas Massey.
Oh, did you have him on?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all hate him right now. It's
See, that's what I hate. What do you mean they all hate him? I bet Peter Thiel hates him. I bet people on the Epstein list hate him, you know, because he doesn't give Trump a rubber stamp and he makes him try to be an actual conservative. But everybody hates him right now. See, I worry about, I think Joe Rogan starting to get into these ideological circles is a bad thing for like the tenor of his show.
This is a sad thing about both political parties, not just the right, but the left too, is they decide
sides, bro,
that they're going to gang up on someone for not towing the line.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever happened to having different opinions, whatever happened to having different perspectives and being able to argue your perspective. But then they have these goofy ass bills.
So that's the end of that. But you know, he starts with, oh, everybody hates Thomas Massey. No, they don't. I would argue that the majority of Republicans probably agree with Thomas Massey. The majority of them like Thomas Massey. So I worry that Rogan, ever since he started interviewing all these guys and becoming buddy-buddy with them, I kind of worry that Rogan is in the bubble now, the right bubble instead of the left bubble. This is Theo Vaughn trying to... Now, see, this is another thing where I feel like Joe is starting to back off the conspiracy stuff. He talks to his billionaire buddies, and his billionaire buddies, now I'm doing the too lazy to try thing, and his billionaire buddies are going, oh, Joe, we don't talk about that. That's crazy talk. And Theo Vaughn's more of an ear to the ground kind of a guy. Let's watch this next clip. They talk about JFK.
This is not new. Congressmen, senators, blackmail being used by intelligence agencies. None of it's new. It was pioneered by the mafia. You having sex with somebody who's underage, then they own you forever if they have photo, audio, video of you doing that.
Wild. So if that exists...
It's nothing new, by the way. That's what Mossad did with Jeffrey Epstein and our guys. Mob did that too. I mean, that scene in Godfather 2 is perfect. You know, where Al Neary is the hitman. Senator Geary, Pat Geary. Senator Geary gets found with that dead hooker, and then Tom Hagen's just like, we own you now because we know about this, but we're going to clean it up for you, and we're friends now.
Existed at all in the 1990s, okay? That Mitch McConnell guy was around back then, you know? A lot of these Nancy Pelosi type people, they've been around since this. There's photos of Nancy Pelosi with JFK. Think of that. That was before we didn't go to the moon.
Yeah.
It was 1963.
That was before Israel didn't kill him.
You think so?
I didn't say anything.
I heard you say Israel killed him.
You did?
That's what I heard.
Jamie, did you put something in this?
They didn't. The glasses. They didn't do it. Oh, before Israel didn't do it. Oh, yeah. I see what you did. I think...
I didn't say anything.
I think Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone.
Lee Harvey Oswald went to my middle school. Do you know that?
See, Joe, I always like it when Joe doesn't want any part of something. He's too nice to tell his guests, like, I don't want any fucking part of this. I don't have anything to say about this. Leave me out of it. He'll just change. It'll be just rapid change of subject. That's it. Just rapid change of subject. He'll go, that was before the Israel didn't kill JFK. Yeah, you think so? I think Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. What do you think about ice cream bars? You like ice cream bars? I got a THC ice cream bar that was delivered by a chimp. What do you think about that, Theo? That's wild. Joe is, again, it could be that Theo is just getting more out of pocket than Joe ever did when it came to all of that stuff. Or Joe is kind of reining it in a little bit because he's maybe got friends who don't like that kind of talk. Let's keep going. Let's find out. This is Theo Von talking about. Now, I thought this was shitty of Joe. Remember when Joe Rogan made it public that like Theo Von was having a really hard time emotionally with the DHS stuff? And then he tried to blame Mark Maron's Hitler joke for it. And I don't think it really affected Theo as much as Joe Rogan said. I think he just wanted to attack Mark Maron and guilt him. Well, this is Theo, in his own words, talking about the Department of Homeland Security. If you don't know about this, DHS put out an ad or a promo, and they used Theo Von in it, and then Theo Von started getting threats, and he got really paranoid about it. This is that clip from Rogan.
Dude, they made me the video thing. You see that thing where they put me on the video?
Oh, that was crazy. They didn't even ask you.
Oh, it was really scary for me.
You were just joking around because you were talking to a guy who's his friend. And this was quite a while ago, too, right? When was that video?
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been like a year and a half ago or something. I don't remember. But that was crazy.
But it was
like,
it was a joke, right?
She's like a friend. I don't know if she said a friend of mine got deported. I can't remember what she said. But she's like, "What? Do you have anything to say to him?" Right? And I was like, "Bye." You know?
Yeah.
I have no idea if it's real or not. I have no idea.
You have no idea. It's literally someone just handed you a phone, and then Homeland Security, was that what it was?
Yeah, just put it up online. And it was
it
after
Homeland
the Charlie
Security?
Kirk thing. Yeah. And so then I was like super scared, you remember? Yeah. Remember, I was texting like you. I was just texting people to make sure everybody's okay. I didn't know if they were like just going to kill people that had been on TikTok or whatever. Like, I had no idea.
Theo Von has been, apparently he's really good friends with Candace Owens, and he hangs out with Candace Owens. And Theo's really, and he's had a lot of pro-Palestinian people on his show. So yeah, he's probably really worried, really paranoid. Also, protesters and shit are going after people who support ICE and going after ICE agents. So yeah, Theo didn't want his name on that shit. And that was kind of shitty of them to do that to him. And also, Theo's got mental health issues too, admittedly, by his own admission. And that can't help him.
What they were going to do.
I just can't believe they did that with you, where they just put it in there as if like you were endorsing that.
Well, it just kind of, and it was just a scary time. That was the same time as after the Charlie Kirk thing.
Who greenlit that?
Probably just some fucking trap beat.
But
you know what it was? It was probably somebody who works for the Department of Homeland Security who's a big Theo Von fan, and they're like, oh, I bet you Theo will love this. It's fucking based. And then Theo's like, hey, you're gonna get me fucking killed, dude. I go out and about. I'm in my community. I don't need to get fucking shot at.
Artists or whatever.
Like if a company did that, you could sue them. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was privatized. Like if
your
ICE
name,
was a
image, and
private
likeness.
company, and that was the people that the United States hired to get rid of illegal immigrants, and they used you would sue them. You could sue them.
Well, it was just scary.
But the government can just put that up there. And then what did you do? You had to formally request them taking it down?
Yeah, I had to hire an attorney to get him help to take it down.
How long did it take to take it down?
I think like 48 hours or something. But it had like 30 million views over a couple platforms.
Yeah, I mean the damage had been done.
It was taken down until they just heard you say it.
Of course not.
I knew because you told me, but I couldn't believe it. When you first asked me what I should do about this, I was like, it's probably nothing. And I was in the car and I didn't watch it. And then I got to the club. Then I talked to you from the club. And you're like, you didn't see it? I was like, no. And then I saw it. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What the fuck are they doing? Like, it's like, that's not how.
This is where my conspiratorial brain kicks in when I'm on the show. Because when I was listening to this myself, I kind of took it at face value. But now I'm on the show and we're kicking around all kinds of wild ideas like a bunch of retards sitting in a garage. And I'm thinking to myself, wonder if they're doing this shit on purpose to see if they can't get Theo Von, because of the way he talks about the government and the way he criticizes foreign policy, and he talks about Israel a certain way. I wonder if they're not trying to get Theo targeted. And now I'm not saying that's what I think. I'm saying when I watch this shit on the show with you guys, and I'm trying to come up with takes on it on the fly, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Here's an interesting angle to go with this.
You envisioned the government? The government made a hype video?
Yeah. They were like deportation hype videos with trap beats and shit. And I was like, what are we doing? That's what I'm saying. Everything is turned into like the WWE.
That's true. They're making like promo reels for deportations. And it's like, okay, but we're $37 trillion in debt, and you're spending money on this. Like, you're giving someone a job whose job it is all day. They're on the clock to go and create these animations or these promo videos, or these hype videos and all this. And it's like, it should be low on our list of shit to do. Like, even Tom Homan has said, we got a lot more people left to deport. So I don't think we need to be making, hype videos for deportations. All's fair in lawfare. I like this guy. He's a decent egg. He's a good guy. I like all's fair in lawfare. He says Theo Vaughn looks exactly the same as he did during Road Rules. Glitch in the Matrix. You know what? Do me a favor. Go back and watch some Theo Vaughn Road Rules. He was a lot thinner, especially in the face back then. Theo looks a little older. All's fair in lawfare.